bad empanada. I knew of him through watching Ethan's podcast in preparation for this video only.
Then you should know he's f***ing crazy.
I was just addressing him in the video to show the weird messages and emails I'd been receiving.
Nobody cares that you're getting mean messages after you snark somebody, honestly. Focus on the facts.
For the skull situation, the museum verified the skulls being sent by a VPN. I don't know if that would completely absolve anyone.
She can't take the L. She still needs to just be like, listen, Ethan might have sent himself human skulls.
You source from a snark, so your information bad, is a thought-terminating cliche.
Ethan can be a petty f***, but he's not a liar. The snark Reddit is a liar. That's the problem here.
He's made a lot of comments on, joking about pedophilia. Genuinely, I think it's kind of interesting, the hyper-focus on kids.
Hyper-focus on kids? When she says something is interesting, she's trying to insinuate that they're predators.
I've heard so many conflicting stories on Jimmy Lee. I don't even know if I feel comfortable speaking on it.
You felt comfortable before when you sat here and said that Ethan was having a chill pal buddy time with Jimmy Lee after he was like touching girls.
What I'm trying to say is like, I don't know.
That I think is the most honest thing you've said so far. All right, guys, we're just gonna get right into it. I don't know what is it? Cruel World Happy Mind or whatever she's doing. She's on, I guess, her live stream channel. Called Mad is on, and this is their video.
It was an error.
You see this? Look at this thumbnail. This is preposterous. I guess it's Ethan as a juggalo or a clown. What I find interesting though is that like apparently there's this like clip going around about her, about how like she had a completely different take on Trisha before. I find this funny.
Hey,
all right, Ethan, I'm asking to end this. I'm asking
you can leave anytime.
Many people were really disappointed with the way that Trisha Paytas handled the fallout.
Whoa, are you one of them?
And how they pretty much turned it all into a grovel over money.
We end up paying for Ethan Mila, which is crazy because he takes that 5% and VIP tickets to Disneyland is not cheap.
The nerve of her to complain about 5% when I'm literally not making a fucking penny at this point. It's just so disrespectful. It disregards all the hard work we do, not only on the crew, but now on my wife and all the people that worked on the merch. And it's like, okay, well, fuck you.
Wow. Incredible. Wow. This is her when it's popular to hate Ethan. Look at this.
It's not like an itemized thing. We are doing the show.
Trish receives a 45% cut of the show, while Ethan Klein receives an extra 5% that goes towards production costs. Now,
why did her opinion change?
First off, if the show is...
I mean, I guess you can change your opinion, but like what happened from now till then? Like at all? I guess bad empanada?
Incredibly successful. Incredibly successful. And all you're doing is paying your employees a base salary, putting up a fabric backdrop, a basic table.
So like, what is the real take here? Which one is her real take? Or like, how does it work for her? Like, does she have a real take, or is it just like whatever the popular, or what she feels like the popular opinion is? She came in on this drama late because people don't hate Ethan as much anymore.
And mics, that 5% can get pretty chunky if your podcast is getting tens of millions of views. Incredible success. That 5% can really numerically change quite a bit. Do your employees get a raise?
Maybe she just likes Trisha now because she's like she's popular in the hive mind, I guess. I don't know.
Because of that 5% production cost? Are you investing a ton into production costs? Or
damn, she's arguing with herself at this point.
Are you taking whatever isn't allocated to employees to the set for yourself? While to the public,
who cares, man? He's the one that's invested into like the whole infrastructure. He built the brand. Trisha was just like coming in off the brand. What the fuck?
5% can feel silly to argue about, like a very small number, and how they pretty much turned it all into a grovel over money, especially if Ethan's argument was that 5% was for production and the staff.
He takes that 5%,
which makes Trisha appear like she didn't care about H3 employees. I could also see why Trisha may start to feel like she was getting undercut when it came to frenemies, and how they pretty much turned it all into a grovel over money.
That's funny.
I think cognitive dissonance literally can destroy a person's mental state.
That's funny.
Alert! They have snark brain.
Okay. All right, let's watch her live. Let's get her live. Let's react to her live. Excuse me.
But the only problem is I can't see chat.
Oh God. I don't think you want to see chat, girly pop. Pearly pop.
Okay.
That 5%.
First time streaming. Oh, it's so bad. Okay.
This is her first time. Why are you streaming for the first time here?
let me know.
I don't think that she understands that, like, she's just making it worse. Like, there's no live stream is going to help at this point. And Ethan does not feel bad for snarkers, so I don't know why she would think that Ethan's going to, like, what do you think, that Ethan's going to feel bad for you all of a sudden? Like, you kind of snarked him pretty hard, you know? I don't know. This is fucking crazy.
If people can see me right now. Okay, people can see me. Apologies on technical difficulties. This is my first time. Yay, okay, people can see me. Apologies, this is my first time streaming. Sorry about that. Okay, cool. So, yeah, first time streaming. I'm kind of on a delay, which is also weird to get used to. But I'm making this.
Where do you usually stream on? Where you were used to no delay? A Twitch? Oh shit, she's a Twitcher.
Stream to just.
Me too, guys. I have tics.
Address everything.
Let's hear it.
And I made a doc just because, which I feel like I
Bro, she's been just obsessing about this the whole time. I almost feel bad for her.
Said, but I'm not sure what part got cut on the stream, which is a little bit embarrassing, but it is what it is. I'm not as skilled at all of this as the Ethan H3 podcast crew, but I made a doc.
What is with you and Ethan and H3? What the fuck?
And everything to go over just all of my feelings after Ethan's stream.
We love feelings, girl.
I do think that ego can play a hand when it comes to content creation, and
yeah, of course it does, especially if you're popular. Okay.
I think that there is a lot that I'm not perfect at and that I need to work at. And
okay, well, the problem I'm already facing is that, like, your like your whole title or whatever, or your fucking thumbnail is Ethan as a clown. So I'm not really, you know, this sounds like this is gonna be rough.
Change and grow and learn from.
It's gonna be rough.
So I'm gonna get into the doc.
Change and grow and learn. I'm learning so hard right now.
And go over it all. I'm also not going to censor the live stream just because I think that
how do you censor a live stream?
Everyone has a chance to say what they want to say.
Yeah.
I also really appreciate all of the support that I have been getting. Critical comments that are really valid. I appreciate those too.
Oh, like which ones?
So I'm going to go into the doc that I made, since I think that'll help me be a little bit more concise in what I want to say than just rambling on. Okay, we got this. I'm also a little off frame. Sorry for that. I want to keep the chat, but it always kind of disappears since I'm on two screens. Okay, let's see if that worked. Okay, so sorry if I'm reading the screen as I'm going. This is also just my thoughts put onto a page. So
she really wrote this out, huh?
I do want to say this is definitely the lowest that I felt as a content creator. When
I kind of feel bad for her. To be charitable to her, like, she really is somebody who I think that she dove into something she didn't understand. Like, listen, this is one of the things as a content creator, to me, it's very clear that she thought that this was going to be a pretty, like, epic dunk here. And it turned out to not be. She thought that this was going to be a nice, easy, safe topic. I'm going to assume that she mostly does easy, safe topics that, like, people don't really shit on her for. And so, like, that's what she's doing. And she thought Ethan was in, like, dumpster, easy, safe topic mode. He's not. Like, that's the problem. And so she made this video, and now she's spiraling. She's making it worse. I mean, I could look at this. There's an Ethan one here. Sydney Sweeney, you're not going to get backlash. I don't even know who the fuck this is. But, like, yeah, these people don't read as, like, oh, I'm going to get significant backlash for, you know, whatever. She's getting very community drama. She got Fresh and Fit from 9 months ago. And these are very meaningful videos. So, like, she puts out, like, what, one a month? Yeah, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep. Well, she puts out 3, 2, 1. And then 2 weeks ago, and then she's putting this out. This was just not, like, you fucked up. And I think that her last video didn't do as well as she would have wanted it to. I'm just going to say, dude, if you want to put, like, if your content's not doing as well, instead of looking for easy dunks, why don't you clip your work and start putting it on social media? Like, you're missing out. Just go back and clip your old work, too. Like, what are you doing here?
Ethan, did his stream, but I think that sometimes that's a good thing. You can kind of, have a reality check. I think everyone does need a reality check.
Okay.
Yesterday, Ethan did a live stream about me and definitely had a lot to say. Some things I do think are valid. Others I think went a little bit too far.
Okay. I haven't seen Ethan's live stream. I don't know if I'm going to actually watch it. It just feels like too much to do. We're already doing so much Ethan,
But when it comes to online creator beef, but I also agree. I think when it comes to some of my own statements being seen as going too far as well. So I'm making this video for my own integrity as a content creator, or rather live stream.
Yeah, well, that's a tough one, girly pop.
First, I really want to thank all of the support from people who have sent really kind and thoughtful messages, comments, and have been there for me. These past few days have not been easy. Sorry, I hate when people cry in live streams or videos, so I really try not to do that. But I do think it's been really necessary
Jesus
for me in order
Christ.
to grow as a content creator and
Everyone in the chat is yes letting her. She's all right. Well, whatever she wants to inflate her ego with.
see where my own flaws are as a person and creator. I think that even when people say it's probably not
She has no idea how to handle controversy, clearly. That's funny, though. Is it a pattern for these anti-Ethans people to have a crash streams like Jake Doolittle? That's the thing. Jake Doolittle didn't make controversial content, or at least he didn't think he made controversial content. Right? Like, that's what we're talking about here, is that, like, she's making content that is, like, now diving into controversy, and she's used to making stuff that's easy wins, and now we don't have, like, these easy win contents right now. Like, these are not super easy win. Like, this isn't just easy win shit anymore. There's a lot more going on now. Like, she jumped into a controversial topic when, you know, whatever side she backed. Like, this is still a contentious topic, and I don't think that she's used to contentious topics, honestly.
a good idea to do this live stream. You're probably right. And I think that my ego, you know, I got way too overambitious in tackling concepts that a lot of people, you know, were overambitious in tackling. And so I completely...
And she really just doesn't know how to stop either. Like, that's another problem. Like, she should not be doing this stream. Like, it's not going to be productive for her to do this type of, like, a stream. It's just really unnecessary, and, like, I think it's silly. She needs to just, like, let it settle. Let everything settle. She never should have made her last video. Honestly, she should have just left it where it was.
Agree with that. Yeah, and so that's kind of why I'm making this live stream. I think that as content creators, it's like you tackle one topic and the reception is good, and then you tackle another topic and the reception is good, and you think that you can just kind of keep going and going and going. And
yep, that makes sense to me. That's what he was just saying.
Yeah, it's sort of like again, I love the analogy of Icarus. And I think that
she's getting very philosophical here with her mistake.
Yeah, that sort of applies to me as well. You know, I sort of shot up to, you know, the sun and thought, oh, I can tackle anything. And I'm not an expert. I'm not, you know, when it comes to...
I find it very interesting that what she's, like, really complaining about is, like, it's not Ethan's community. Like, getting things wrong on Israel, getting things with that people feel that is wrong on Israel-Palestine is not Ethan's community, frankly. It's going to be the Hassan Snark community.
To these really complex issues, there's a reason why even people who have, you know, master's degrees are fighting over it and arguing over it and can't quite come to a common consensus. So why would I think I can tackle the issues?
Even saying that's going to make people, because I understand what she's saying. I don't think she's necessarily wrong. It is very complex, but Snark's not going to like that. This is, like, their thing. This is their virtue signal, you know?
Yeah. So that's my feelings on the matter.
And I'm not saying, like, obviously, like, you know, what's going on over there, it's like, it's terrible for Gaza. I'm not saying that's not that, but they'll use this as a they use this as a shield. Anytime there's criticism, like, oh, why are we talking about this? There's this happening, you know? Like, that's how this whole thing happens, you know? Somebody on Twitter even said, like, during the Hassan Collargate thing, it's like, why are we talking about this? There's literally genocide happening. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I can't change what other people do, but I can change what I do and my own reactions to things, and that's what I intend to do as a content creator from this situation. Though a lot of the comments have been really intense, I think underlying a lot of them have been some valid criticisms, whatever side anyone's on, you know, that I can take in and grow from. And yeah, others that have been going a little bit too far, of course. A lot of people have cautioned me not to make the video on H3, to not do any of this. And I absolutely think I was being overambitious, and see now why so many content creators shy away from this topic. Never in a million years did I think that it would get to this point. And that being said, I do think...
Does she really think it's Ethan's fault?
As I've said, it showed a lot of flaws in myself as a creator. Bottom line, you know... yeah, if a video I make doesn't...
Dude, she's making it so much worse. Holy fuck.
Accomplish the goals.
Should I try to talk to her? This is crazy.
That I set out to do, I failed as a content creator, you know? I do think that I'll keep the video up as a marker to... like, of a point in time, so that I can get better, you know, and just try and get better.
No, she's keeping it out for the money, which, by the way, I don't think that she should necessarily take it down, just to be clear. But that's why she's keeping it up for the money. Like, don't pretend it's, like, for a marker. No, it's for the money, and I would too. So who cares? Because
I do think that there are some good points worth mentioning. I don't yeah, I also think that if Ethan was going to sue me for defamation, I'm sure he already has the clips that he wants to do so anyways.
That's probably true, girl. Girly pop.
I also, and like, here's the thing. I think that in Ethan's stream, there are some things that were valid points, and he tried to detract from that by saying that all of the things that I used were from a snark Reddit. That was not the case.
They were. You referenced to both of the snark Reddits, so like, how could people not think that? What are you talking about?
That's not how I do my research. I don't just go entirely into a snark subreddit and just
you kind of referenced 2 snark subreddits. I don't know. That might be how you're doing it.
look at snark subreddit, and that's the only way I get my research. That's not what I do. You know, and I'm going to discuss that and go further onto that, which, you know, my entire script is linked in this so that you can also look at exactly where I get all my sources and beyond. But, you know, so because of that, you know, in Ethan's stream, sure, there's some valid points that I'm going to really look at, you know, not saying that, you know, I don't think that he cherry picked some information and all of that. But I also think that there's things that, like I said, he cherry picked, things that he took way too far, and a lot of things that I think are clipped out of context from my video to make my content look bad, to try and shame my content so that no one would look at it in a
I mean, I've already looked at it. It's pretty bad. So
critical eye and view the entire content. If you're an H3 fan, I highly encourage you to watch the entire video, to look at my my script entirely, to read all of the sources and come to your own conclusion. Yeah.
Your sources were like the foul wave thing or whatever the fuck that was.
Not look at my or Ethan's take, you know.
Okay, that's a tough battle there for you.
In this stream, I'm going to address a few key points of criticism, though. The first point I want to address is, of course, the plug in the background of the video. My kitchen has been getting remodeled slowly over the course of a year, and I wanted to film the video on a blank wall. You know, the classic apology video, I guess. Sorry, I'm going to have some water.
What is she talking about?
But yeah, so but just because I wanted to like quickly film it and address the audience, my audience and their concerns. But I do agree with Dan, it was probably stupid to do a 1-take video, and I had never done that before. But
that was terrible. Both of the videos were bad. The reality, I don't think Ethan watched the first video. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I don't think Ethan watched the first video because it was so long. So what I think is, and I could be wrong, but what I think is so funny is I think that the unfiltered half-hour video was long enough or short enough for him to feel like it was worth responding to, and that's like really where you fucked yourself, you know.
Anyways, I have a cover for the plug, and we had recently gotten that wall painted, so it just didn't have a plug. But I have a cover. Also, I wanted. Sorry, my computer froze, or my mouse froze. Okay, there we go. Also,
she sounds kind of like Dax Flame. You guys hear it? You guys know what I'm talking about? Like the way that she's nervous about it, you know?
I was not in any way intending to like apologize to Bad Empanada. I was just addressing him in the video to show the weird messages and emails I'd been receiving that were coming from a lot of different sides.
Who cares? I don't care about the emails and messages that you're receiving. Dude, she's so bad at controversy. Nobody cares that you're getting mean messages after you snark somebody, honestly. Like, focus on the facts and stop giving them attention because it's going to make them feel good, too.
Yeah. I personally apologize if it even came across in that way. And I'm confused why it would come across like I was siding with him. But yeah, my main points
Were you saying he wasn't siding with what? Did you talk about Bad Empanada?
Yeah, my main points to Bad Empanada was that I don't think it's appropriate to speculate on who sent CPS to Ethan Klein. I don't think it's appropriate for me to speculate on
what the fuck?
Who sent CPS and who sent the skulls. I also think that the document that Ethan showcased in his live, which was that from a Reddit post, the document for the skull situation, showing that the museum verified the skulls being sent by a VPN, the price, etc. I don't know if that would completely absolve anyone, and that's sort of the reason.
She can't take the L. She still needs to just be like, listen, Ethan might have sent himself human skulls as a victim. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Like you can't concede on that one point. At least that one point. That's fucking preposterous to me. That's actually crazy to me. That you can't even be like, yeah, you know what? It's highly unlikely he sent human skulls to himself. That's fucking that's ridiculous. The fact that she can't concede that one is frankly concerning.
And why I also didn't showcase that, it sort of gets into the weeds of who done it, which is not something that I think it's appropriate for me to speculate on fully.
Listen, I'm not trying to be rude, but if you're a human being, you have the fundamental ability to make reasonable assertions. This idea that Ethan sent himself a skull is like, let's say there's a 1% chance of it. I don't think that it is. I think there's a 0% chance. There's a 1% chance of it. When you play this like both sides game for the skull, what you're saying is that you're trying to give as much credibility to the idea that he sent the skull as to the idea that he didn't send the skull. That's preposterous, bro. That's insane. Like, that's what makes you snark-brained. You can't be like, I want to talk about my credibility as a content creator, and then sit here and actively defend a point where you think that this guy sent himself human skulls for sympathy pity points. Like, that's fucking preposterous. Like, you have to feel like you should feel like, okay, that's crazy. If you can't even concede that 1 point, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's frankly, to me, that's preposterous. That's actually like, that's childish and embarrassing for you. That's insane.
I think that a lot of people, again, want me to take sides in my video. Take sides.
You are taking a side. That's not a reasonable thing. There's not a 50-50 chance that he sent himself human skulls. When you don't say like, yeah, that's probably not true, you're taking a side, and you're taking the side of Snark.
It's on speculating on who done it, and I didn't want to get in the thick of that. That was sort of essentially,
that's ridiculous. You're being ridiculous.
What my goal was. I wanted to showcase what happened, but not speculate, because that just feels like I'm getting into the weeds of,
oh my god, she's terrified.
This very bizarre internet drama. But I can see how essentially it feels like I'm just sort of show.
It's so funny that she's like, yeah, this is bizarre drama, but dude, you dove into it by referencing Snark. What are you talking about? What the fuck? This is ridiculous. She seems so silly here.
Facing these posts and then avoiding it, I guess. I don't know. Again, I just feel like I try to avoid speculation, but
you are speculating. The speculation is that he would send himself human skulls. That is the speculation. So when you fucking make this assertion that he might have done it to himself, like, you are speculating. That is part of the speculation here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personally, that being said, I personally
Personally?
don't think Ethan Klein sent himself human skulls.
Oh, finally. Yeah, I don't want to get in the middle of speculation, but I don't really think that he did. She's terrified. You could tell that she's fucking terrified, dude. You can tell that she's fucking terrified of like the bad empanada audience.
I don't, which is why I didn't mention that in my video. And I don't think in my follow-up video people would draw that conclusion either.
Yes, they would. What are you talking about?
If they watched through the full thing. If anyone did think that, I greatly apologize.
That one's on you, girl.
As far as not knowing the extent of who Bad Empanada is, or Bad Empanada, I knew of, which I do mispronounce a lot of things in my videos, which I will try to get better at. I knew of him through watching Ethan's podcast in preparation for this video only.
Then you should know he's fucking crazy. What are you talking about?
I knew that he had been involved in the speculation regarding Ethan's children contracting Giardia, just through, talking about the skulls, etc. I saw that he had streamed with Denims in the clip that I put into the video, and
that wasn't a stream with Denims. That was her watching a stream.
And I felt like that was
that was her watching a video. It's okay.
Enough context for the situation at hand. I knew that he was involved.
This is actually sad. Involved
in this online beef drama. I had seen videos from Ethan's podcasts themselves, not from online subreddit drama. To sort of know that he was involved in this sort of beef.
If she only knew Bad Empanada through Ethan, the only time he talks about Bad Empanada is when he's talking about how like unhinged he is, which means that she intentionally decided not to believe anything that Ethan said about his interpretation of events. So that's what it tells you. If you watch Ethan talk about Bad Empanada and you're like, oh, he must not be a bad guy, then and it's fine, but like you're saying that you don't believe Ethan at all. So you don't have any charity for what Ethan has to, like what he's saying about this topic. So I guess good job on that one too.
Beef that Ethan was having online, but I didn't look into Bad Empanada and his personal pages and everything, because again, it felt like I was going on this weird rabbit hole tangent that I just didn't.
Why? But you don't have to do that. But you decided to retract everything that you said about him, though. That's the problem here. Like, you showed a clip of Denims watching Bad Empanada uncritically, and then afterwards you didn't say that it was bad. You just kind of let it go. and then you got bullied into you got bullied by his email into like being like, oh my god, I have to
want to go down. It felt very toxic, you know. Again, I feel like that's kind of what it can feel like sometimes when it comes to Ethan Klein and then Bad Empanada and a lot of these sort of
Empanada, yeah,
you know, different online experiences. And maybe people who are fans of Ethan's are more familiar with all of this, you know, where it's very toxic online threads that can lead you down a very dark rabbit hole. And
well, that's what happened. You watched very toxic threads that led you through a dark rabbit hole, and then you ended up here. That's literally what happened to you. What? Oh, like what? What are you talking about?
Wanted to cover, you know, the broad view expanse of his career. But if Bad Empanada is a huge part of his career that I was massively missing out on, I greatly apologize. Yes. Yeah. But yeah, I felt like the amount that I knew about Bad Empanada was enough context for the situations at hand. That also is because I'm not super involved in subreddit groups or online niche spaces that are very familiar with the guy. But after this situation, I was certainly caught up enough to know that honestly, I don't want anything to do with Bad Empanada. I do not. I don't. No, thank you. That brings me to my other point, which is the claim that I just sourced my video from subreddits. Firstly,
well, yeah, very clearly she pretty much sourced most of it from a subreddit. What are you talking about?
I utilized the H3 Snark subreddit, which was accidentally used in a photo when I was referencing the H3 podcast subreddit. And that was an
Wait, so she self-reported that she used the Snark subreddit?
Error I did not catch beforehand. Usually I catch like, oh, that was a wrong photo used. Let me switch that out.
Is she saying that what's the error here? That she that she got caught using a Snark Reddit and she's hiding that? What is she saying? Is that what she's saying?
I did not catch that one. I'm really sorry about that. Because I knew, but the reason why I sourced H3 Snark subreddit more often in this video than I source Snark subreddits usually is, to be completely honest, because I
Wait, you just said that you weren't sourcing Snark Reddits. What is happening here? She's all over the place.
knew Ethan hates that subreddit and other Snark pages, and that there's an ongoing litigation, which, disclaimer, I'm not extensively versed on the details of this ongoing litigation.
Well, you said that he was doxing people on the Reddit, so you pretended to be well versed on it. You said that he was doxing people on the Reddit when you brought it up. That's what you said. You said he was doxing those people, even though he wasn't doxing those people. So, damn, she really is just owning herself. Holy fuck.
But whenever that's the case, it does spark my curiosity. Why is someone suing a Snark page?
I don't know, maybe because his family had sent human skulls and like CPS was called on him. Like, what? This is ridiculous.
What are they afraid of? Especially because a lot of creators are much bigger and have.
You think that she intentionally did that as like a thank you to the Snark, or do you think that she actually made the mistake, or do you think that she just didn't understand the optics of it and now she's apologizing because she has no idea like what she's doing, because she doesn't understand like what's happening? You know, I think that might be that one.
A much larger following than these Snark subreddits. The same could be said with Content Crash Out. I found Ethan's Boston bombing video, which was deleted elsewhere on the Snark pages. His compilation of slurs, many of the things that...
Yeah, and again, I'm pretty sure that like the context of that was incorrect. Like he wasn't mocking that girl. I'm pretty sure he was mocking people that were mocking the girl, and it just was cut out of context.
Were completely deleted off of other, online pages, could be found on these subreddits. So that's why I source them. Oftentimes, when things are deleted elsewhere on social media, I'll be able to find them on subreddits.
Okay, so you did reference to Snark. Okay, and you believed it. Just be like, oh yeah, I believe everything from the Snark. Sorry. Like, just say that. What are you doing, you know? I mean, that's the only thing that's going to save her from getting fucking sued out the ding dong,
So I did utilize these pages for that purpose. That is why I do think Reddit can be a good source sometimes. The H3 podcast subreddit is also a good source for that as well. They'll have clips of things that have been deleted online, and you can find a sort of, it's like an archival site at times.
Oh, is that what it is?
But
wow, I never would have expected it's like an archival site. Like, who would have thought that was what that was?
You can also find opinion pieces that are sometimes very thought-provoking. Same thing could be said for me.
Wow.
I reflected on a lot of thought pieces on my content, what was wrong with it, that I'm sort of, again, responding to here, on the H3 podcast subreddit. And and so I think that sometimes it's a way to sort of review the general online consensus. But again, I can see where people are like, that's also a way to get a very biased source. And I agree.
No kidding.
Ethan also does source subreddits often too, his own subreddit. So
yes, that is true. But like the Snark Reddit is like it's very well known for being like a real piece of shit to him. I think that's probably his issue here. Okay.
That is where
It'd be hard to deny it too, because people have found the Snark post showing the exact clip she used, like almost calling his employee the B word. Nobody was talking about that besides Snark. Interesting. Oh yeah, that's what I said in the other video. Like, I'm pretty sure that she just completely sourced Snark for a free dunk. I think that's exactly what she did. Yeah, for sure.
I don't understand fully his, why it's wrong for me. Again, I get it, but also if that's the case, then why does he source his own subreddit?
Okay, well, I think it's more about how, like I said this in the other video, Ethan can be a petty fuck, but he's not a liar. The Snark Reddit is a liar. That is the difference between these two things. The Snark Reddit is like very okay with lying on the dude's name constantly. Like that's the problem here. That is the biggest issue.
That being said, I also source from the H3 podcast subreddit, especially on the Hassan dog collar section, which he completely skipped over.
Why? Because you acknowledged that Hassan, like, that shocked his dog. Wow, great. You couldn't deny.
The second half of that in my video, it made it seem like I was 100% on Hassan's side, but I was not.
You were just looking for plausible deniability bullshit. That's all you were looking for. So we can very clearly, easily see that. Oh, dude, I'm fucking cocked. Holy shit.
That video. So I do encourage you to watch that for yourself.
Also, it's his show. Of course, he's going to reference his own fucking Reddit. Like, what?
I also do think when I find a situation, a controversy, I should be sure to show the subject's response to that controversy as much as possible.
I like how she literally sat there and like made it seem like he's absolutely crazy. Made it seem like everybody, like he's in the wrong on everything. And then she's like, yeah, but I criticized Hassan for shocking his dog. Oh, wow. Like, that's shocking, Okay, cool.
I did do that in sections, like the Frenemy section. If you don't think I did, please go back and watch it. Though I will talk about...
How come your Frenemies take changed so drastically?
Frenemies more later on. In the content cop section, I did not agree with iDubbbz, and I showed Ethan's response.
You did agree with iDubbbz. You said he made like a good response. I went like this to it.
So please watch that. I showed Ethan's responses to the housekeeper lawsuit. The list goes on. Sorry, my mouth's getting dry.
Yeah, you were showing it in a way where you like actually thought he was bad to his people, and then you brought up Jake Doolittle for some reason, because you're like, he's treating his employees. See, he wouldn't hire this person because they were disabled, and it was really just because it was Jake Doolittle, because he's kind of an asshole.
So anyways, to really show as much of my sources as possible, I'm going to go over the script so you can see exactly where I sourced Snark and when I didn't. I've been discussing wanting to share scripts anyways. So, sorry, it's so essentially, yeah.
Okay.
So you can kind of follow along my video like a caption, but with extra hyperlinks and kind of go off of, the video into extra, if you want to read up even more on
not really
my sources where I gather information.
I already know your sources is literally Snark and like Fox Moy or whatever the fuck it's called. Jesus Christ.
See if they are biased or not, and then that'll help me kind of grow as a content creator as well. Okay, is this biased?
She showed it to say he's making a private case public, not to give a fair view to him. Yeah, that's true. I remember that. This is ridiculous.
Found a better source, etc. Yeah, I'm always open to feedback. So this script is linked in the description of this video, but I'll be sure to do that for other scripts moving forward as well. Yeah, and then if you want to read through the links of every source, you have a right to do so.
Okay.
That being said, I do think the phrase "you source from a snark, so your information bad" your information is bad is a thought terminating cliche.
I don't care about you over intellectualizing this situation. I really don't. Like, you're so far in the wrong, it's insane. I don't know if she's lying right now or if she just doesn't know how to keep her story straight, or if she's just so nervous she's just saying things. But like, this isn't going to resonate with anybody. This is crazy, honestly.
A thought terminating cliche is a common phrase that ends a
did you seriously? She scripted out that she thinks it's a thought terminating cliche, and then she's going to explain to us what that is. Okay, that's great. Oh shit.
Discussion and discourages further critical thinking by dismissing a complex issue with a simplistic, memorable statement. Essentially, if the information is true, if I'm using a clip that Ethan himself did say, then what's wrong with it being gathered from a Snark subreddit?
It's the context behind it. That's the problem with it. It's like why it's being said. That's what's being talked about, right? Like, you can use information deceptively, and that's what it was. You know, like when you showed that, I don't know, did she show, or maybe somebody else did, but when you show like, oh, Ethan at one point said that he might have Giardia, and people were like, oh, see, that proves that he's shitting all over himself, and blah, blah. That would be what, that's what it is. Information is good, but you can have a bias towards information.
It feels like at times people are trying to essentially dismiss any sort of information that's gathered just for the fact that it was gathered from a Snark subreddit.
That's because we've seen it all 1,000 times. And like, no, it's not just that. It's funny. That's part of the point. But like, you know, I tore apart everything that she had said, so it doesn't matter. Stuff isn't released yet, though. It's going to start releasing tomorrow. I'm surprised that this is giving us so much content.
I don't think that's necessarily valid. I understand at different points.
I don't care what you think. So
points where I could have gotten something wrong or not understood the full context because of where I gathered the source. That is 100% valid, and I fully agree with that. If that's the case. But just saying this is invalid because it was gathered from a Snark subreddit, I feel like that could possibly be Ethan trying to just find a way to discredit anyone because of the fact that it was gathered from a Snark subreddit.
No, you're wrong. You just have no idea what you're talking about. That's the problem here is, and here's the thing. This is actually like a content creation problem a little bit. So it's not really a problem for Ethan. It's kind of a problem for her. Ethan has talked about these different things so many times. There's no reason to qualify them every time. When you see some dumbass Giardia clip, or you see some Gallant clip, or you see this dumbass clip or that, when you see stupid clips, is there at a point now where you can't necessarily qualify every single one of them and be like, okay, here's why this is wrong. Here's why this is wrong. It's just like, it's too exhausting to do. So you're just like, yeah, it's from Snark. It's stupid. Most of the stuff from Snark is bad, which is the case. But it's like difficult to qualify at this point. That's the problem. And so she's like, well, he's just saying that. No, he's talked about it like 1,000 different times. It's just like impossible to qualify these different things. It's possible to explain it every single time it comes up. That's the problem. So
I'm trying to balance those two perspectives, essentially. So let's go into the script sources. Oh, okay, cool. There's people viewing this already. I was like, who are these people? So yeah, here's the script. You can see in the very beginning, this is where I think I could have gathered a lot more. So when I highlight in green.
That's actually an interesting question. This actually is not a bad question. Do creators still get more money during certain times of the year? Is she gearing up to make more money on her upcoming videos? That's a possibility. If you look at her page, the Cruel World Happy Mind page, you could see that she does one a month. So this is 1 month, 2, 3, 4, 5. She did this one last month, and she posted this one. Now she's on to an Ethan one. It's possible that it's getting towards the end of the year, and this is when they ramp up advertiser revenue. I'll tell you, for me, my revenue usually goes down because there's less controversy towards the holiday season. So thank you very much, Cruel World Happy Mind. But I think it's because whatever video she did here, I think this is about Iron Mouse, didn't do well at all. It only got 70K views. And instead of being like, hey, what else can I do to make my content do better? Short form content, like, you know. She's like, okay, let's make an Ethan Klein video like that. Let's make it quick. Because this is 2 weeks. She does it one every month. So this Ethan Klein video is 3 hours. Just to be clear, this Ethan Klein video is 3 hours long. She has a pattern of putting up one video every month. She put her video up already this month. That means that she took 2 weeks, maybe, to create this video. So she went on a bunch of subreddits, or excuse me, she went on all the Snark Reddits. She found a bunch of information that she wanted to uncritically put out there because she wanted like an easy bag. That's what happened here. That's it. That's it. And yeah, this is this would be a level of cognitive dissonance because she criticized Ethan for using Destiny clips, right? So you did the same thing, right? Being like, oh, well, it's Destiny, so it's from Destiny subreddit, so it must be bad. Oh, it's from Snark, right? You're doing the same thing that you're criticizing. Difference is well, I mean, I don't know. Actually, I'd say the difference is that Snark is worse than Destiny's Reddit. Then again, Destiny's Reddit Destiny's is quite a toxic person, so you know what? That actually might be a fair criticism that he was even like referencing Destiny's subreddit. But that was like what, like a one-off thing. So who really cares? It wasn't. I don't. It's not that as big of a deal as her making an entire hit piece.
This is the clips essentially, and I'll do clips that to try and essentially especially in the beginning. To be honest, sometimes I'll have clips that I think are shocking, I guess, I don't and know. I think in this one where I definitely went wrong is there's a lot of TikTok and I think this one was commentary, Amon, a lot of essentially critical videos from Ethan and of Ethan. So sometimes I'll do that essentially, because it's like, okay, here
Do you guys think that she's freaking out when she keeps saying, you know?
here are the critical pieces, that I'm trying to compile.
You know?
This is essentially the critical pieces. I'm trying to show that, put that together so you can see kind of the most, it's the introduction.
I don't know.
I have it literally labeled as intro. This is the introduction.
You know?
This is what I'm going to discuss, So a lot of times when
I was close on that,
I'll clip things, it's from sources that are critical of Ethan to really showcase that and compile that together within the script. I'll try not to do that moving forward if that's a problem. I can source from his actual podcast itself clips, because I can see how that, especially if it's right out the gate and it looks like it's all these sort of sources. If you're someone that's gonna discount something right out the gate, it's gonna
You think she'll start stress coughing? That's crazy.
look like I'm gathering from Snark.
This looks like a boss,
right there.
huh?
So then I talk about the Throughline podcast. This looks like a Reddit source as well. This is a source of Ethan, reporting something. Again, this is what made me a little bit intimidated. Was I had seen him report something as he was sort of suggesting, like, do we report this video? Do we not?
Dude, if you were actually worried about Ethan, you wouldn't have made the video the way that you did, or probably at all. You're not really worried about him. You're just lying.
For terrorism. That made me a little bit nervous going into making this content, because I was scared that if I didn't navigate this content, very strategically,
I really
that it was going to get, reported as terrorism.
I don't know.
A source from Distractify about a quote of someone who was a former fan or a fallen fan of their opinion on the Kleins. Then a study about a
study about what is she
This is a source from Business Insider. Yeah, sorry, I think that got a little bit mixed up. I'm trying to read what it was, but yeah. So then it goes into.
Did she just scramble to just try to find all the places that she sourced her information? Like, I don't understand.
The direct source of their podcasts. Again, I watched these actual clips themselves. Okay, for some reason this got copy and pasted here, I think. I don't know why.
Wow, this is a very prepared thing here, huh?
But yeah, so anyways, here's a study that I looked into on Tourette's, because I wanted to be mindful of that and
why? What?
Make sure that I was actually
This will be a good 2025 gut first ranking video. Yeah, it might be fun.
Reading up about it, but I do want to say,
what did you feel like you needed to? Oh, right. Okay. There was so much that happened in the video. I forgot that she said some weird shit about how because yeah, dude, I totally forgot about this. Holy fuck. This is actually really fucked up that she did. I forgot that in her video, she made it seem like because he had Tourette's, that he actually might be going crazy because there are comorbidities of Tourette's and other disabilities. I forgot that she did that. Holy fuck. This is crazy.
I don't think it was fully right. Here, sorry. We have a clipping method where we
we have a clipping method where we clip it out of context.
things and then put it into folders for what chapter we're working on, but I want to delete that so you're not like, what is this? But yeah, so I don't think it's fully right for me to be speculating on someone's mental health fully. I just also wanted to really.
Oh, really? You don't think that was but that's like a big Snark talking point. You realize that, right? And that's why people are calling you Snark.
Ensure that I was, reading up on Tourette's and everything. Yeah. And
for what?
Research.
What does it matter that he has Tourette's? There's like a pattern of ableism in her video. If you guys notice it, like when she was talking about Gabe, like I guess he has a disability. Like who knows? I guess according to her, she was like, "Oh, Ethan's bullying him because he's asking him questions." It's like. Because like, oh, do you eat pussy or whatever? Like, who cares? That's not bullying somebody. Somebody that has a disability doesn't mean you can't be friends with them, and you can't like pal around with them. So like, there's a pattern of ableism in her video if you really look at it, honestly.
Searching into it, not just saying Ethan has Tourette's. Moving on, anyways. Look at him. Look at how crazy he looks. That was my intention. I had seen other content creators kind of do that, where they're like, look at how unhinged Ethan looks, and I felt like that was a little bit disrespectful.
That's what you were first of all, it would be a lot of bit disrespectful. Second of all, that's what you were doing, so I don't understand why you would have an issue with it.
I wanted my video to come across different, so that was kind of my my intention with that. I hope that makes sense.
You wanted it to come across different, then why didn't you do anything differently?
Yeah, I'd watched their video on birthright. I read up on a Vice article on birthright. Watched a video on Hila discussing her raids. So also what's interesting is a lot of what Ethan seemed to be upset at me about.
How does this how does this change or like refute this idea that she got this all from Snark? I don't understand. Isn't that what she's trying to do?
When talking, and I'll get into this later, but yeah, when talking about some of this stuff was gathered from the H3 fandom wiki. You know, like I really wanted to look at what the H3 fandom itself had to say. So I looked into that quite often.
Okay.
But yeah, obviously the raids clip was spread a lot on the H3 Snark. But of course I looked at the actual, video itself. I looked at, information on women in the IDF, serving in the military.
Whoa.
Standard
Girl boss, am I right, guys? Fuck.
length of service.
Oh my god.
All of that information. An interview with Insider that Hila had done, which on this Google account is paywalled, but I did read the full thing.
Whoa, did you steal it? What the fuck? Can't believe she thiefed that, dude. That's fucked up, huh? Chat, did she steal that?
Yeah, their first video on chocolate from their own channel.
Okay.
That they reacted to. Let me sort of, but yeah, as you can see, a lot of these sources, if you read down, is coming from their own videos that I would read, not from Snark.
Okay, so they're coming from Snark. You literally just said before that you're reading through Snark. I don't understand why this is like a weird, what's with the weird lies? You said before that you were looking at Snark. Why? You're like, yeah, I did get a lot of it from Snark. I don't understand why that's bad. By the way, I didn't actually get it from Snark. I actually got it from here. And here's the proof. This is my script I totally did not just make. I totally didn't just make that. That's what she's doing. This is so funny. What the fuck? Oh my god, dude. We know you got it from Snark. Like, what the fuck is it? It doesn't even have the same title. Excuse me, it doesn't even have the same title as the other video. Like, what the fuck is this?
Here's just a Reddit post, not from Snark, but r/Tim Dillon, where again I would get opinion pieces where someone gets frustrated that Ethan's interrupting a lot, just to figure out, what's the general online consensus, what are people feeling, what are they reacting to really understand, even just back 3 years ago, how did people feel, and kind of put that in.
I don't know. You have to stop saying that.
Understanding, again, the comment, I do think sometimes if I'm trying to condense videos, I'll sort of, I make flippant statements or, not go into it deep enough. I think that happened probably with me commenting on Hila, Klein, and Teddy Fresh. Essentially, I do feel, this is my opinion, again, I feel opinion-wise, I genuinely want to know, and I'm genuinely asking Ethan. He's made a lot of comments on, joking about pedophilia, made a lot of comments about, children, making jokes about it. That's totally fine if that's your humor style, I guess.
You think it's fine? It's interesting. I mean, I don't really care, to be honest with you, but like, you actively think that that's fine? I'm confused. You made it seem like it was a huge deal, though. I'm confused. Do you think it's fine? Do you not think it's fine? What?
But when Hila made a clothing line with a teddy bear, feeling like there's a lack of colorful, playful clothing for adults. I guess I just want to know why.
That's so interesting. You want to know why, so you snarked the fuck out of them? Like, so interesting. Do you think maybe you could have just asked, or I guess not. Okay.
These were some of the other photos regarding Hila's style and everything. I just genuinely, I think it's kind of interesting. The hyper focus on kids. Yeah.
The hyper focus on kids? What the fuck are you?
That's my.
Also, does this look like kids to you? Dude. Hey, Ethan made a lot of jokes about kids, and Hila wanted to make like a poetry bread, and like I guess it's just like interesting that you're a pedophile. You're just like, you just want to molest kids. Like that's what she's doing right now. Like that's the energy she's coming at this with. Just to be clear, she's pretending it's not. But that's the energy. Jesus Christ, I'm fucking dumb. That's the energy she's coming at this with. When she says something is interesting, she's trying to insinuate something. She's trying to insinuate that they're predators. Like, that's what she's doing. She plays this game a lot. She did it in her other video too, where she, like, just because she says that, oh, it's interesting, or she brings up a point and she kind of leaves it, or she downplays like her true question, means that people are too stupid to understand. Like, I just need people to understand. This is one of the problems. Is like, this girl is not smart enough. That's the problem. She thinks she's a lot smarter than she is. Okay, you doing like a dog whistle like insinuation question. It's not like everybody knows what you're doing. Everybody can see what you're doing. Everybody knows what you're doing. They know like your motive here. So stop doing that. Stop just quote unquote asking a question, because we know that you're not asking a question. We know that you're kind of trying to make like some kind of a statement. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to be like make kind of a statement here when you quote unquote ask this question. That's the whole point of what you're doing. Is to make like an insinuating statement. It's intentional. We can tell. Stop doing that. Like, we can all see it. What?
My personal take. I'm not insinuating anything else.
Yes, you are. What are you talking about?
I think it's kind of interesting.
No, you don't. You don't think it's interesting. It's not. It's the most boring thing in the world that Ethan Klein used to make a lot of pedophile jokes. And that Ela has a Teddy Fresh brand that sometimes has some stuff, I guess, that looks childish. I guess. It's not interesting at all. It's boring. It's like, it's not, there's nothing there. There's nothing to talk about. It's not a thing. You're making it into like this thing that doesn't exist. That's what the problem is. But it's not a thing. You want it to be a thing. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. Nobody's that interested in it. It's nothing.
The jokes, the style, and I want to know why that is. You know, it's genuinely just a fascination, I guess,
no,
that they
not.
have.
You don't
That's
care.
all it.
That they have?
That's my only statement on that.
It's a fascination that they have? Like, dude, oh my God. You see what she's doing here, right? Like, this is insane.
Yeah. Then we move on to the CSGO chapter. Here's from all of their own content, you know?
What if I don't know?
But yeah, also I want to say, totally can understand how that can be taken too far. Totally. Yeah. And if this is your style, go for it, girl. You're doing great. You're rocking it. Yeah. Went into, sources about, and also
Jesus Christ.
in this video, I gave, Ela a lot of credit for pioneering outside of the YouTube space.
What the fuck? You gave her a lot of credit for pioneering outside. What do you say? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What the fuck is she talking about?
And, launching a fashion brand at the time of Adpocalypse.
You didn't give her any credit for that. You said that was a thing that she did. I gave her credit for that. I was like, oh, that was smart, because you could potentially avoid some of the problems from the Adpocalypse. What is she saying?
When it comes to CSGO, they really were creators who, kickstarted all of that, kind of called out people who were, fucking shit up on YouTube, scamming kids. That's not cool.
Wow,
so
that's
yeah,
great.
Here's
Guys, hot take, and you're not gonna like it. Scamming kids is bad. Oh my God, she's actually on Ethan's side. Holy fuck. Oh my God. When you give Ethan praises for things that you literally couldn't praise, or you couldn't not praise, nobody's falling for it. Hey guys, Ethan fought against scammers that would harm kids. Oh, that's good. Yeah, like, how could you say that was bad? You know what I mean? Like, okay, what about I don't know, him sending human skulls? He might have. I don't really want to speculate on that. He might have sent himself human skulls. That's totally plausible. Okay, that's the energy here.
All of my sources. Here's the lawsuit itself. So yeah, and Ethan's Deceptions, Lies, and CSGO Lotto video, which I watched and clipped. The Big, the Bold, the Beautiful video itself, which I watched and clipped. Yeah. The document itself.
Did your husband think this was like a good idea, or what's going on with that? Like, I don't understand. This is a terrible idea. This is horrible. She looks so bad here.
Which I read through. The GoFundMe, which I read a new chapter for fair use, watched and clipped.
Oh yeah, that was another thing. She refused to acknowledge, she refused to acknowledge why Ethan was explicitly like, what's so funny is she's like, I looked all this stuff up. I looked all this stuff up. Okay. So you looked at Ethan's content, like his video announcing why he was suing those 3 creators, Denims, Frogan, Caseytron. And you just didn't put his words on the screen where he was like, yeah, I'm doing this because they said they were maliciously reacting to it. I'm pretty sure, and maybe I'm wrong, that she didn't even bring that up in her video. She didn't even bring that up in her video. She didn't bring up Ethan's reason why. She was just like, oh, he's abusing whatever. Oh, okay. Like he used to be a free speech bastion and now he's changed. You know, what if he wanted to be Widowmaker? So anyway.
As far as the information about the FUPA fund, this is where, again, like the information I got came from H3H3 fandom. All of that information about, the lawsuit, it dissolving, no longer being in use, came from the H3H3 fandom website itself. It was not from Snark. It was from the H3H3 fandom website.
Okay, if you say so. I don't believe you, but
the backlash section, H3H3 fandom website.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I as far as that goes, I do still think that an information source for creators that are, getting copyright claims, are getting copyright struck, and are operating in fair use would be great. Does a content creator need to pour their own money and resources in for, no reason? Absolutely not. That's a little bit silly. But I think that it would be great to have like a resource for creators who are kind of dealing with that.
What does that have to do with Ethan? They ran out of the money in the fund and you insinuated that he like took it or something.
I just think that would be a nice thing for content creators who are starting out. Maybe YouTube to have that. That's literally all I'm saying. But yeah.
Why don't you do it? Why don't you just do it yourself? Why don't you start a fucking FUPA fund?
As far as the start of hypocrisy, it is all from Ethan's videos.
Okay, gotcha.
Besides the videos that have been deleted. Yeah, so here's the other thing too. I literally say, so a lot of people have said that the Black Challenge, I never provide any sort of, context to this. I do. I say wow. Ethan largely ignores.
Well, you say that
this is part of his online past, but
he talked about it. You say it's blackface. He says that it's not. He says that they were doing like a black challenge and everything that they were doing was in black and it was like a trend at the time. You didn't put that in there. It's fine if you don't agree with it, but
his viewers claim those images are taken out
just fucking at least acknowledge the points,
context and stem from the Kleins doing spray tans and charcoal face masks. But yeah, I possibly I could have gone further into depth into this post and everything. Again, it was a 3-hour video. But this was from the
and she couldn't find a good snark thing, so
H3H3 Productions, subreddit.
Wow,
but
incredible.
Totally, could have gone more into depth out of that.
Yeah,
but
I'm knowing all over myself right now, dude. Like that's incredible.
What I'm trying to say is like, I don't know.
That I think is the most honest thing you've said so far.
I don't know. I'm not gonna personally. Am I gonna spend time justifying this? I felt like this was enough personally to say, hey, some people think that this was taken out of context.
That's not what you said though. Wait, what? That's not what you said. You said that he was doing blackface. What?
Maybe. I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus, but usually when I hyperlink this, it's to show a post on screen so that people can pause it and read it,
I'm sorry, say that again?
It's to I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus, but usually when I hyperlink this, it's to show a post on screen so that people can pause it and read it,
Sorry. Hold on a second. Okay, so what we just got showed here is that she knows that she's lying objectively. Look at this.
Off as just edgy humor. Yet Ethan, on the other hand, largely ignores this part of his past, even his possible blackface. His viewers even enable this behavior, claim those images are taken out of context, and stem from the Kleins doing spray tans and charcoal face masks.
This is you taking an active stance that you think that he's doing blackface, and you're trying to sit here and tell us that that you were being like objective. You put their information on the screen. There's a reason that you put the information on the screen, and then you basically asserted that it's blackface.
Even though the title of their YouTube video is called The Black Challenge.
you think it's blackface, and that's fine. Just think that. Why do you have to be like? Why do you have to walk it back? Just say like, no, I think that that's true.
You know, if they want to in a video, if they want to have the time. That's all I'll say. But yeah. So and then you know I go into subreddits. On the other hand, won't let Ethan forget his history, and then show the subreddit posts of compilations of him saying the N-word to show, hey, subreddits have clipped these compilations. That's you know
The what?
And then the same thing with the faux moi post of Ethan and the Boston bombing incident, which I think is extremely important to show because that's really messed up. He has said that he's explained it. I couldn't find the clip, but I'd love to see it. I'd love to see his explanation personally. Then same thing with the Joji incident. Yeah, there's an archived web post that I found.
God.
Which just goes into the past beef with Keemstar, their estimated net worth.
Wow.
Business Insider article, the copying allegations. At this time, so as far as the copying allegations, as far as I remember, the video that I had clipped had gotten deleted as of him like sort of Ethan explaining the dinosaur knitting pattern that had gotten, you know, sort of released to the public. But if anyone can find that clip, I would love to see it. Unfortunately, there's just so much that we're trying to find all at once. It can be challenging, especially when you have a clip and then it gets deleted and you're like, where did that go? But I would love to find that again, because same thing. It's sort of web archives of, you know, clips that you have and then they disappear. So yeah. Out of all of this, you know, because you have these sort of posts that you have of, you know, the alleged copying allegations.
You seem to be pretty on board with it. You're walking it back pretty hard now.
And then I think the only Reddit post was this allegation that Teddy Fresh is not doing well. Then we go into the friend.
Yeah, like they had to do sales on the Justin Roiland stuff that they worked with because he got like a accusation that he was like abusing his wife or some shit, or he's making like inappropriate jokes or something. And he's like, see, they're failing because they're doing discounts on merch. It's like, okay.
Enemies chapter. A lot of these are just clips from the actual situation at hand. So, you know, again, there's not a single subreddit situation except for when we get into all of this. So then we go into me sort of bringing up other situations to sort of talk about. Sorry, let me take a water break really quick because my mouth is getting dry. So to sort of talk about my opinion, which is that I do think, like any sort of huge content, you know, machine, you know, that has to keep the machine running. Ethan needs engagement, needs to keep something to keep the machine running. I'm sure I'm sort of part of that machine.
What does that mean? You do the same thing. You need to keep engagement up too. I don't understand what that means
at this point. But
she's trying to insinuate that he's doing stuff performatively for attention. That's just to be clear.
I did think that Trisha was sort of being baited at times. You know, like if she would walk off.
No, you didn't. We literally showed that like you had a completely different perspective back in the day. So you never actually thought that. What are you talking about?
Podcast that that sort of thing of her walking off was sort of used as a way to be like, oh my gosh, Trisha walked off. Can you believe this? Can you believe this big drama situation?
You ate it up, so I don't understand.
You know, it was sort of this sort of viral moment, essentially.
Wow.
And that's not.
Did you like that viral moment, or
to say that I don't think Trisha was doing anything wrong? I've done an entire deep dive. The reason why I didn't.
Yeah, and you changed your perspective, so you don't even agree with your own deep dive, according to you changing your fucking perspective. So what does it matter that you've done an entire deep dive if you no longer agree with what you said when you did your deep dive?
Up every single thing Trisha has done wrong in this video is I felt like that was literally rehashing an entire fucking deep dive that I've done in the past, and also punching down because I have done an entire deep dive on it. I still.
How is to make it punching down? She's more popular than you. Punching down is when somebody else. What? Punching down is when you. What the fuck is she talking about? Punching down. It's not punching down. It's punching down is when you talk about somebody that's like smaller than you. What the fuck is she on about?
Hold most of the opinions that I have done in that deep dive. The reason why I brought up some new points is I essentially, yeah, I think that there are some new things that I'd felt over time. that it kind of changed. You know, I think that when you feel like you're being used for your views and engagement, and
oh, so you changed your perspective. Okay, so you didn't need to talk about it because you already talked about it, but you did a deep dive. But now, actually, you changed your perspective on it. Okay, which one is it? Like, which one is it? Jesus Christ!
And even your mental health, you might, you know, start to kind of feel a little bit bitter about that, you know.
You don't care about mental health. You were literally trying to insinuate Ethan was crazy because he had fucking Tourette's. Like, you're insane. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Especially if all of those videos are being done on a different person's channel, and every time just this massive wave of hate gets thrown your way, yeah, I would start to feel really shitty. It's like, basically, you know, this other person is getting praised, you know, they're getting seen as, you know, they handled the situation perfectly. It's also on their platform. So
that's what your entire content say. All of your content is about, like, basically making videos about other people and feeling morally superior to them by talking about people who would never defend themselves against you, either because they're too big or is because they're mutually hated by everybody in the community. That's why I used to talk about Trisha Paytas. What are you talking about? How are you gonna play this holier than thou fucking perspective here? What the hell is she on about? What the fuck? Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
They're sort of in the power dynamic where they have the majority of control over the situation. You know, they can kind of keep the podcast going as long as they want. The only thing you can do is walk away. You know.
Okay, then they couldn't keep the podcast. What are you talking about?
No, even if you're like, I would like this to stop, I would like this to end.
What to stop? What to end? What are you referring to?
Can kind of keep it going, but you have to walk away. You know what I mean?
No, I don't understand what you mean. Yeah, no. Basically, what I think is actually happening is Trisha is liked now. That is it. Trisha's liked now. She's going to be on Euphoria. She was in something else. People like her now. She's been able to move on from her controversy. Now she's in the okay. And so this person feels like, oh, wait, I think I like her now. Everybody else is telling me that it's okay to like her. I think I like her now. That's it. That's the whole video. That's what this is. You think that we can tell what you're doing here. So, and maybe she can't. Maybe she doesn't understand. Maybe she doesn't even understand that she's doing that. It's possible.
Oh, there's a lot of a power dynamic difference there.
Power dynamic difference. Holy fuck.
And so yeah, I could kind of see some of those aspects. And yeah, the question that I was asking about, did, you know, Ethan's employees get a raise? Yeah, I was genuinely asking it. I genuinely wanted to know if.
Well, no, you were saying that because you know it's probably not true, and you're like, oh, why did they need more money? Are you giving them a raise? Probably not, idiot. Like that's the energy of your video. Like again, people aren't. Like I don't understand that. This is crazy. What are you doing?
Ethan's employees got a raise. It was a genuine question, and he said yes in the live stream. His employees did get a raise, and I'm so glad.
Cool, good for them. But you didn't expect him to say that, right? That's the problem for you.
To hear that, like that was the question that I was asking, off of the 5%. But yeah, so
you weren't asking a question. Just because he answered the question doesn't mean you were asking a question. You were not asking a question. You were trying to insinuate that he wasn't, like, that he was an asshole. That's what you were doing there. Like you weren't asking a real question.
Well, I wanted to bring up other examples where I thought that maybe Ethan was using that sort of system of kind of baiting people, using his platform for that reason, for engagement. And one thing he said was that I was with the creator JonTron, I was like trying to empathize with JonTron. That was not what I was trying to do.
Yeah, JonTron's a racist race realist that doesn't like believe in immigration. So you weren't trying to do that? Interesting. Huh. That's so weird. So the thing is that I don't even know if she knew like about what JonTron was in trouble for, but like, you know, that she was just looking for shit. She was just looking for reasons to disagree with Ethan was what was happening there.
At all. I was trying to say essentially, though, of course, because not the only clip I could find, I'm sure maybe there's other clips out there, but there was this one sort of deleted, re-uploaded video of him having JonTron on his podcast that I utilized.
Wow. Did you?
But essentially, JonTron was exposed for saying essentially every offensive thing you could fucking say, being, you know, a Nazi, being, you know, racist, homophobic, just being everything, you know, and got canceled off the internet. And then about 8-9 months pass. And because from what I remember, he was friends with Ethan Klein.
Yes, they were friends at a certain point. Yep. Okay. And
Ethan invites him onto his podcast to have a conversation. And
yeah, to talk about that. Yes. Okay.
Essentially, in that conversation, you know, Ethan kind of keeps asking him, like, do you regret it? Like, trying to have it feels like there's like a mismatch in the conversation. JonTron thinks that, like, on the podcast, he's going to be like, oh, this is my redemption to get back into content creation. Like, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to, like, have H3's platform. He's my buddy. And then, you know, Ethan is kind of like, oh, you know, I'm going to have a conversation about all the offensive things he said. And I'm going to get him to talk about it.
Yes. Yes. That is what was happening. And you framed it as if, like, he was crazy for doing that, like violating JonTron's boundaries. So, yeah, that's the problem.
And, you know, it could be interpreted with whatever which way. Either I'm going to get him to, you know, apologize and this is going to be a really good heartfelt moment, or, you know, this is going to be really good content for my podcast. You know,
you're just trying to frame it as negative. I always find it so funny when content creators shame other creators for making content. He had JonTron on so that he could talk about his shit. That's what he had him on for, so he could talk about it. JonTron maybe wasn't as interested in the conversation. I don't really know. It doesn't really matter. You're basically saying he should have just, what, not pushed JonTron on his problematic shit that he said? That's what you're implying. I don't understand. Well, she's just rambling. No, this is such a terrible idea. Every single time she talks about this, she looks even worse. And it's almost impressive. I didn't know that you can. How are you making yourself look even worse every second of every day with this? This is insane, honestly.
So that was sort of what I was trying to talk about this could be a case of that happening, you know, a similar case to
happening?
Trisha. And
a similar, so empathizing with JonTron is what you're saying. Okay, that's incredible. That's really beautiful of you to empathize with the really racist guy. I like that.
And so in no way do I fucking agree with JonTron.
Oh my God. You don't agree with him, then why are you trying to provide him like a moment of empathy? I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense to me. If you don't agree with him, why are you trying to provide him with like that moment of empathy? Like, oh, it just seems like he was trying to basically beg for attention and like, blah, 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 blah. What are you saying?
Fucking ever. And I don't think most people that would watch that video would ever fucking think that. Jimmy Lee, again, I glossed over that situation because again, it was just kind of, I was wanting to add it into the frenemies situation as a case of, you know, utilizing someone for content on your podcast and then moving on.
What?
I'll be honest, I've heard so many conflicting stories on Jimmy Lee and that whole situation. I don't even know if I feel comfortable speaking on it.
You felt comfortable before when you sat here and said that Ethan was having a chill pal buddy time with Jimmy Lee after he was like touching girls, and even though Ethan pushed into him hard as fuck, there was no reason to make this video. She's just making everything so much worse for herself.
Yeah, sure. I will comfortably say that's probably a situation I do need to do more research on.
So then why did you talk about it in the first place? Because Snark told you to? Why would you talk about it then? What?
Again, a lot of that was used from Ethan's reaction video that he did himself, and then this re-uploaded video.
I thought I was gonna get that.
Then there is this Reddit post.
Wow.
Of Gabe. So again, you can take that as you will. I'm just being fully transparent on this situation of where I got it.
Cool.
Got it from. I will say again, Gabe, that is a situation. Are the segment do if you think the segments are funny with Gabe, you know, that's totally fine. I do think maybe that's a situation where, you know, it's someone being used for content and engagement.
Oh my God, guys, you heard it from her. If you have an intellectual disability, apparently, because I didn't even know Gabe had one, you're not allowed to have friends and make content with them because you're getting taken advantage of always. Doesn't matter if they're being respectful of you, you're always getting taken advantage of. People like this have no idea what they're talking about. They have no critical thinking skills. They think that that's it. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're talking about. You right now are saying that Gabe doesn't deserve to be able to be on the H3 podcast because Ethan has a fun time with him. Because he doesn't ask the questions I guess you would ask. Oh, do you like eating pussy, Gabe? Like, who cares? They're being silly. They're being friendly. Is Gabe upset by it? Is Gabe like, oh man, this makes me really uncomfortable? No. You want to know, like, who gives a fuck? Why do you're doing this? Because you're trying to virtue signal, make it seem like you're morally superior. Gabe is an individual that has the ability to make his own decisions. He's not like incapable of existing, but you want him to be because he's your victim. You've decided that he is the ultimate victim because you want to virtue signal about it. Like that's what you want to do. That's your agenda here, is to virtue signal about it. That's your whole thing.
But I know that, you know, he went on the podcast today. Yeah. So
okay, what did he say today? Did he say like, yeah, this girl is crazy, I like being on the podcast? Is that what he said? What did Gabe say? Chad, what did Gabe say?
From what I said, I haven't seen the podcast today. But yeah, so then the rest
kind of thought that.
of it is
That hit me. Oh.
Literally, you know, archived web posts, videos themselves that I've seen, you know.
Do I know? No shit.
So yeah. And again, I think when it comes to, so yeah, let's talk about the 5% situation. I probably didn't say it the best in the video.
We've already talked about the 5% situation. You justified your take on Ethan, even though you used to have a different take. Why are you talking about it again?
So like I said, I've done a whole deep dive on Trisha and my thoughts there. Yeah, I think that when it comes to like the 5%, probably very silly. My main concerns were, you know, when you're getting tens of millions of views, the amount made, it can probably be more than we've ever fucking seen in our lifetime, just in general. That being said, the 45% that Trisha
So then why are you worried about how much money like a millionaire is making?
That's a really good point. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money in general, you know, and 5% is very silly to argue over. What I was trying to say is I can see, again, from Trisha's point of view. And the reason why I brought this up is I felt like
it's because Trisha is like, no, yes.
Reflecting on my Trisha video, I would often think like, did I go in too harsh? Was I too harsh in that video? Like I had felt like, you know, with Trisha's BPD and all of that, was I like punching down on her? And I really did.
That's not what punching down is. You don't know what you're talking about. And no, you didn't think that. I don't think that you had that thought in any capacity, to be absolutely honest with you. I don't think that you ever thought that. I think that like it was okay to hate Trisha, and so you hated Trisha, and now you wanted to change your opinion, so you're pretending that you had this introspective moment, but you didn't. This is ridiculous.
Did like feel that way after a while and like thought about that. I know she had made a
the real value Trisha got was her reputation revived, which she never considered in her video. That's literally it. Well, Trisha's liked now, so actually it's okay whatever I say.
TikTok with like one of my videos with my video that I made on her in the background. And so for a while I did really feel like I was just thinking about it and was I too harsh? You know, kind of thing.
Was that too harsh?
Yeah. So after that, I had really reflected on, was there anything within that video that people weren't looking at Trisha's perspective enough? And
what the fuck are you talking about?
The one thing I was thinking about is
how much you guys want to bet there's like a TikTok going around that's like, oh, I actually understand where Trisha was coming from now. Now that we don't like Ethan, you know what I mean? And now we like Trisha.
Is that aspect. Like, okay, if my, you know, BPD was being used, I don't have BPD, but like say.
If it was being used, incredible. Wow. Well, didn't you say Ethan has Tourette's though? So like, isn't he allowed to like talk to people? Ethan cancels it out, right? Because he has his own intellectual, or he's neurodivergent, so it's okay.
I had, you know, a mental illness.
Wait, you were going on about how Ethan had Tourette's, and that means that like he has comorbidities for other things, and so that's why he's crazy. That's what like you were doing. That's what she was like insinuating. Just to be absolutely clear, I'm not kidding. That's what she was doing. She was playing a game where she's being really ableist. So if Ethan's got like these things too, then I guess it's okay. Like he could talk to somebody with BPD because he has his own issues. That was your logic. You were trying to like get to that point. It was fucking crazy, by the way. So yeah, I guess he's good, but I guess he's using her because why? Because he's a guy, or what's going on with that? What are we doing here? Like what's the logic here?
And you know,
and just because you have like an issue like BPD doesn't mean you get to be a rude person all the time. It doesn't give you license to be rude. And I don't think he was weaponizing it at all. What are you talking about?
No, I was sort of being baited for content, and I wasn't allowed to have a producer that was on my side. You know, it was all
allowed. It's his show. He invested into it. He's the one who made it. What are you talking about? Allowed? What is happening here? This is preposterous shit. I mean, honestly, it's just preposterous.
Someone else's crew, and I wasn't allowed to have someone that was on my side as a part of the podcast.
Crew.
I would probably feel like I was being sort of, you know, everyone else against me.
Just stop it. This is not compelling. Okay. All right. If Caleb Hammer, let's say, for instance, let's say Caleb Hammer decided to do a show. He's like, you know who I'm going to do it with? Papa God. Right? Let's just say Caleb Hammer did that. Okay? Do you think I'd be like, can I have my own producer? Think I would do that? Chat? No, I wouldn't. Nobody would do that at all. It's ridiculous.
Essentially. And so yeah, that was kind of my point. But you know, I totally understand the other side of it too, where it's like, hey, you're getting enough out of this, just be happy with that. But you know, at the same time, I think that if you're part of a large production, you need someone there to advocate for you as part of production, you know.
You can advocate. What was she not getting?
And we can say like, oh, Ethan claimed she was allowed, Trisha claimed she wasn't, and I think we should listen to both parties. So yeah, I have Instagram research. This was from the H3 Productions saying, hey, Trisha's getting 50%, so don't buy the Frenemies merch. And then this is... And
I don't think that they said don't buy the Frenemies merch. What are you talking about? What are you saying? I'm pretty sure they were just like, oh, buy it. What?
And this is where, you know, I do source from Faux Moy about, you know...
Another snark page. Great.
Basically, Ethan saying that he's upset that Trisha lied about her infertility. Then we go into...
Which she was right about. She, like, over-exaggerated it. Why don't you go in and defend her on that, though? I don't understand. Do you think that she was, too? Dude, she probably knows. She probably knows that that Trisha was exaggerating the claim. Because she did a lot of Trisha content. She probably talked about it in her video. I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it at all. Or she probably has multiple videos about Trisha. How much you guys want to bet she has like multiple videos about Trisha? There's no way she doesn't, right? Trisha Paytas. Oh, this is Gabby Hanna. Wait, is there any more? Oh, is this only the one? Oh, maybe she only has the one. Dude, I'm so wrong. I actually just got cucked. Why is it under Gabby Hanna? As well. Is it just this one? Dude, you want to know what's crazy though? Today she insinuated that he was like Ruby Frankie. Do you guys remember that? It was fucking preposterous shit. That was fucking crazy. Holy shit. Wait, is it just this one? This is interesting.
The you know, Triller lawsuit, the lawsuit being tossed out by a judge, the settlement information. And yeah, I don't think that this needed to be sourced. It was a, you know, snark information, but you know, most of the other stuff was, I mean, this is but yeah, so then we have the Leftovers podcast.
Oof, wow, Leftovers podcast, cool, gotcha. What else?
And it's, you know, it starts out with just YouTube videos of each host, each person, each of them, you know, talking about each thing.
So like what happens if Ethan's lawyer decides to like just sit here and like go through this and like pause every second and read every bit of it and like just completely dial in on every single claim that you're making? How do you contend with that? Like, did you think it was a good idea to make this? How does this help you?
I source from the American Jewish Committee.
For what?
Each of
you, I don't know if she understands this, but the fact that so I don't think that she gets something here. Like, I don't think that she understands something. But like, okay, so if I was gonna if somebody was like if somebody's suing you, or they're potentially suing you because they think that you're being disingenuous. Fuck, I can't believe I got hit by that. Do you think it's a good idea to be like, hey, I actually did a really good job researching this video? Do you think that's smart? Like, do you think it's like a good idea to be like, you know, I did a lot of research on this video. I think I did a great job. Guys, no, I think I believe in all of this. Look at all the research I did. Like, that makes you look worse, no? Oh shit, he hit me while he was dying. That's crazy. That makes you look worse, no? Because it makes it seem like, oh yeah, I did everything very intentionally. I did some very intentional work. I have a whole document on it. I did a lot of research. And then this just insinuates that every time you got something wrong, it was very intentional, right? Like, it's not like you were just like casually like, yeah, I put this video together in like 2 weeks and I got a lot of stuff wrong and I fucked up. No, like now the lawyers should be like, oh no, you made this video very intentionally out of context. I look at it, we can see this. Look at here. Look at this moment where you bring up the blackface thing and you like, you know, you insinuate that Ethan was doing blackface and not that, you know, he was fucking doing some kind of a makeup challenge or something. You're kind of hurting yourself here.
Ethan's videos. But yeah, and then to get like,
Oops,
essentially
shit.
I, you know, again, I understand, I'll get into this later, but, you know, I understand because I, you know, sourced an opinion piece from the H3 Snark, but getting an opinion piece also from like a different page, a different comment, you know, so it's not just all, you know, from here is definitely something that I could understand. Yeah, I feel like, to be honest, I'll probably skip this chapter. You can definitely read over it yourself. Again, I sourced from a Medium article, stuff like that. But again, I've talked about this stuff enough. I feel like it's sort of something that, for very obvious reasons, I would like to skip over just because it's you know, it's something that I'm not fully versed on and would like to avoid talking about until I'm better educated on it. But yeah, you know, you can see I'm sourcing from Vice, people's personal Twitters, all of that. So yeah, I hope that gives a better picture on all the places that I source. You can definitely see, again, you know, I do source from Faux Moi as well. Yeah. So
the video she got her John clip from said that the description of the clip was deceptive and corrected the mistake. No way you missed that if you're this thorough. The video she got her JonTron clip from said in the description that the clip was deceptive and corrected the mistake. Interesting. Okay.
So, as I addressed when reading off the script sources, I can see from an H3 fan perspective.
I'm be honest with you, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Like, I don't understand the. I think I'm like misunderstanding what do you mean by that? So the video that she got her JonTron from said in the. Are you saying in the description of the clip that she used? Are you sitting here telling me that it says, "Hey, this is edited poorly and it's like it's disingenuous"? Is that what you're telling me?
Perspective and from Ethan himself, where.
Oh, the Goku Nara video. Oh, so they say that it's does he admit that it's deceptive? Is that what you're saying?
Some of the sourcing could be.
Oh, interesting.
Be off, or where my opinions could look like they're coming from a Snark page itself. I totally.
Well, yeah, because you're referencing Snark constantly.
Agree with that, to be honest. In some cases, I think it could be valid. I don't want this to seem like I'm giving into a mob of hate or harassment, which I'll be getting into.
Well, no, it wouldn't be the mob of hate and harassment. It would be the lawsuit that you know you're going to get hit with more than anything else. Oh, fuck.
Some of the intense comments and messages I've been receiving. But looking at the situation, if I'm saying one thing and a text from a Snark page or source is saying the exact thing, and it's a majority opinion based, that's not a good thing to do. So I totally agree with that. My intention was essentially to be showing online opinion pieces, but that may not have shown through if that was the general consensus. Otherwise, I do still feel like if I'm looking through a ton of footage and I can't find a video or clip, it's been deleted and I happen upon the clip from a Reddit source, that is okay in that specific instance. I'm sourcing from Reddit. I am sourcing from Reddit the clip itself, but I'm not intending to gather my sole opinion from there. But moving forward, I do have to really make sure that's the case, that my opinion and the research isn't being shaped by the places I'm gathering.
Yeah, she get the Tron conflict from Gokunaru, and the description issues a correction. Oh, interesting. See, I wouldn't read the description because I'm fucking lazy, but I wonder, I just wouldn't think of it. I wonder if, like, I mean, if she's just a big researcher, I think it's more reasonable that she would peruse it, no?
Clips and information from. I do agree I should look into ways that professional journalists source just to grow myself as I do research, and I would love more resources to do so. But also, I want to make the distinction that I am doing internet deep dives here.
Not really.
I would love to be at the level of a journalist one day with the respect I give the people I cover and the ways I source, of course, but I'm not a journalist. I'm just not, you know? Of course, neither is Ethan, and I don't want any of us to be mistaken as such.
Yeah, neither is Taylor Lorenz, but.
That being said, I will be posting my scripts so you can always see every place I source from.
This is such a bad idea. Holy shit.
I am most hurt about the claims of anti-Semitism. As I've mentioned time and time again, I'm just not well versed in politics. I would really like to understand how one can be pro-Palestine, speak about the disagreements they have with the Israeli government, and still not be seen as anti-Semitic. Sometimes the ways in which Ethan talks about the issues, he makes it seem like that's not possible.
What?
I am sorry. I am most hurt about the claims of anti-Semitism.
I'm confused by your point here.
As I've mentioned time and time again, I'm just not well versed in politics. I would really like to understand how one can be pro-Palestine, speak about the disagreements they have with the Israeli government, and still not be seen as anti-Semitic. Sometimes the ways in which Ethan talks about the issues, he makes it seem like that's not possible.
No, he doesn't. What are you talking about? What are you saying? You're just lying. What?
He got on my audience for being upset with me for not using the word genocide, but at the same time, it feels like there's no right way to critique the Israeli government, or you have to be very specific.
What? He got on the audience for saying genocide? What are you talking about? He's called it that. I'm so confused. What is she referring to? There's something we're not getting here. It's killing me here.
Specific with your word choices and phrasings. Everything feels like an intellectual minefield. Maybe that does mean I'm stupid. To the creators who have offered me helpful resources to educate myself and become the best version of myself that I can possibly be, you know who you are, and thank you. I also want to say, when it comes to me continually using the word unbiased, that was also incredibly stupid. I was trying to say I wanted to take a broad view approach to the content I was making, as I always try to do, and of course I can do a better job at. But for some reason, I was stuck on the word unbiased. Again, this feels like we're playing a game of semantics, but for the sake of improving my content, I do agree. I need to acknowledge any biases I may have that come up in a video I'm covering. Some, though, I think even I might not be aware of, as I think all of us have unconscious biases.
Not me, dude.
Or biases.
No
so
fucking
I'll try
way.
to navigate that how I can.
Sorry.
For example, with the cutie situation.
I think people probably accused her of anti-Semitism because in the last video she said something along the lines of Israeli believe. Oh yeah, dude, I remember that. Yes, okay, that makes sense. That one, I remember that. Was that her first video or her terrible like off the cuff response? Yeah, she said some weird shit about like how Ethan had like deeply ingrained Israeli beliefs. It was fucking unhinged. Now I remember that, dude. There's so much shit. I forgot all about that, dude. Holy fuck, my old man brain. Yeah, that was crazy. Yes, okay, now I understand what you're saying.
I had a bias I acknowledged because my brother passed away, so I'm always really sensitive to the topic of sibling relationships. Another thing brought up is how I discuss empathy. Again, what I was trying to say is I'm just trying to understand.
I just learned empathy, honestly.
Understand the subject's point of view in the videos I make. Something I don't feel like Ethan has done really at all when it comes to me and everything I'm trying to do, but that's okay. That's his prerogative. He's made a lot of claims regarding what I'm trying to do, but he's never tried to reach out and understand my perspective. I have reached out.
Why would he reach out to him? Wait, did you reach out to him before or after your terrible hit piece? Which one was it? That's a very interesting question.
To him since he made his first Instagram post. In my video, I've made statements, but
guys, I reached out to him after he criticized me for being a meanie Bobuni head. Oh, okay, that's honest. Like, cool. You reached out to him after, like, he criticized you because you made a hit piece. Like, it's just like even that string of words there. I've made an effort to reach out to him. Did you reach out to him before you made this? You don't have to, but you're making it seem like you're this like really like nuanced, cool person here. You didn't reach out to him before making your video. Like, you don't have to. Are you fucking kidding me? You don't have to do that. But like, you're being fucking. This is ridiculous.
Maybe not as well as I could have about.
But
how
now you're
understand.
trying to make it seem like you're like a morally great person because like, oh well, I reached out. You reached out after you made your video. Stop it.
Why Ethan feels like people are out to get him, harassing him, and taking things too far. That being sent skulls is going way too far for internet drama. That being said, watching someone who's the subject of my content see everything, I could see how offensive a lot of the phrasing is. I mentioned Ethan's mental health because he himself has often been open and honest about his mental health.
No, you mentioned it because you're doing the snark game where you're saying that he's crazy. That's what you were actually doing.
But I am not the arbiter of truth. I'm not a mental health expert. And of course, this should go without saying. I don't know someone's state of sobriety, their mental health, any of that.
You speculated that he was on pills. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
To empathize with someone's position of content, me attempting to empathize with someone's position off of content I'm seeing online when I don't know them at all could be kind of super fucking parasocial, if anything.
Okay, so why'd you do it?
So yeah, I don't know. At the end of the day, I truly, really want to understand the people I'm covering and see things from their perspective. That's really what I'm trying to do, and how things can escalate to a point, or a point where people are calling CPS, sending skulls. How did we get here is essentially what I'm trying to do, but maybe my own.
No, it's not. What are you talking about? You're fucking blaming him for everything.
Biases get in the way, and I also was maybe not fully versed on all the different politics and online spheres, and I kind of came headfirst into interacting with all of them. I want to see why things are the way they are from my own limited worldview, my own limited perspective, and present the best content that can showcase that while properly providing disclaimers about my own potential biases, my own potential education limitations. There's no possible way for me to be an expert in mental health.
Yeah, no, she's going back and forth with her beliefs here. She's panicking. Yeah, she's panicking. She's just looking for the right answer. All she's doing is looking for the right answer. She's just looking for the right answer that will get people to stop attacking her. This is it's interesting because I think that she's been on the internet for a very long time. And one of the biggest things that I feel bad with her about is she has no idea how to deal with backlash on any of her stuff. Like, her oldest video is 5 years old. She's been doing this for 5 years. I've been doing this for 5 years, which means that everything that she's ever done has been, like, basically she's never gotten pushback because she hasn't really done drama. She's talked about drama topics, but she hasn't really talked about people who would respond. And this time she has, and so she's spiraling. The first time in 5 years, she now doesn't feel like she's getting actual pushback because she, like, went after somebody who has, like, a strong community and who responds to criticism of themselves. A lot of these other people don't. Trisha doesn't really respond to her own criticism. None of these other people do. Ruby Frankie doesn't. MLMs aren't going to do it. You know, like, Sydney Sweeney's not going to respond. Whoever the fuck this is, Ashley Barnes is going to respond. You know, none of these people are going to respond to her. But now they are. And she's like, oh my God.
Health, a journalist, and
yeah, I feel bad for her. She's wearing over her head. I feel a little bad for her too, but the problem is that, like, she's still being, like, deceptive in the way that she's doing this. Like, she's being a deceptive person. So, like, she's still being deceptive. She's still doubling down on her opinions. You know, it's hard to feel too bad for her. You know, she's doing this to herself. So it's hard to feel, like, too bad.
And have extensive fan-like knowledge in every person I cover, but I can do my best and then cover my bases and address the holes in what I can't do. Now, here's where I do want to address something a little bit more intense. Ethan claims that his fans have not harassed me at all, and this, I'm sorry to say, is just not true.
Just to be clear, the people harassing you more are Hassan's fans. Bad and Banana's all up your ass. What are you talking about? Like, even when you watch her response to this whole thing, when you see her video, she's going on and on about, like, Bad and Banana. And she's constantly apologizing for not doing this right. All the things that she's apologizing for are all, like, I don't know how that didn't die to his punch, but all the things that she was apologizing for in her ramble video, that's what we're going to call it for now, was, like, all of the stuff was nothing to do with it. It was all, like, Hassan-onians talking points. And I know Hassan is not, you know, actively engaging in this, but it was all, like, Hassan audience. It was anti-Ethan people. Like, she was appeasing them. She's like, Ethan's people are harassing me. And then she's going on and on, apologizing that she didn't call it a genocide and she didn't talk about this the right way. It was that video was mostly responding to those people and not to, like, Ethan. So
when it comes to what constitutes a threat or harassment, everyone, of course, will have their own opinion. But let me show within the last day a small portion of what I've received.
All right, let's see. It's better be good. Please seek mental help. You really need it. That's harassment. This is the one that you wanted to show us first. Okay.
Please seek mental help. You really need it. You're fucked, girl. Your 2 HD videos made me want to start making my own content the way that finding a dead rat makes me want to clean your kitchen.
This is harassment to her? Okay. What I find funny is that she was talking about how Ethan was doxing people, and now she's showing their full names. Did you see that? That's pretty crazy.
I really hope Ethan takes everything from you. Imagine doing a 3-hour slot vid, and your only source is subreddit that is led by Bad Empanada, aka the guy who cosplayed killing Ethan's wife on stream. Literally said Hitler should have finished the Jews and called CPS on him for being Jewish. Disgusting shit that you signal.
Yeah, he did take credit for it. Pretty gross stuff. Hitler is bad. Fact.
Boost. You deserve to pay for the damages. Not even Demons, Frogan, or Caseytron were that bad. I get that you were probably thinking
Demons?
something like, oh, H3 hate is easy views. I should get in on that ASAP.
I think
But
she was
even for a
thinking that.
quick money grab, you could have done more than 1 hour of research. And compared it to all the anti-Semites that you signal boost with your video, they actually don't say the quiet part out loud. They actually do the research and traverse the gray zone where they can't get sued. Implying that Ethan and Hila are pedophiles because Ethan made jokes about pedophiles and Hila has a hoodie with Care Bears is so gross. Which I hopefully did not fully imply that because, yeah, no.
Do you hear what she said? Hopes that she didn't fully imply that. So she was partially trying to imply that. That's what that means.
Even in a hit piece like this, have you no shame? Do you not care about the impact your words on people's life? I can't believe anyone can stoop to such lows. What do Hassan's balls taste like?
I'm so sorry. I can't believe you read that. I can't believe you read that out loud. Why would you show us this? That's fucking crazy, dude. That's crazy, bro. Why would you show that one? That's terrible. Don't say that, guys.
I'm assuming the case is a piece of shit, just like you.
That's not right, dude. That's so fucking great, bro. Why would you put this on here? What are you doing? Oh my god!
I just wanted to let you know you're a vile.
Whoa! Censor that word.
I hope terrible things happen to you.
Okay, that one maybe is more harassment. This is what.
I just wanted to say, I hope you see that all of these, and this is also not that bad, you know. I wanted to show that this is less bad than that. I just wanted to say that I hope you see that all these comments aren't trying
This is ridiculous, dude. The balls one got me. That was crazy.
to threaten you or tell you to harm yourself.
Oh
Please
my
take
God.
in this criticism and see how truly harmful and defamatory your video was. I used to watch all your videos and thought this video was almost unbelievable. How someone I thought was so intelligent could make such anti-Semitic and truly horrific claims with evidence that even Ethan's haters can't fathom. Comparing him to Ruby Frankie was outright disgusting, and weaponizing his mental health
That's true. That was fucking crazy. I can't believe you did that, honestly.
truly made me realize how cruel you could be. Also want to clarify here, I just meant that essentially there's a lot of content.
You compared it to Ruby Frankie. There's no like I just meant that actually. There's no I just meant that's in this one. You fucking that was pretty fucked. That was pretty fucked up, so
Showing like essentially online spreading information about how Ethan's behavior is escalating. And
you're comparing him to Ruby Frankie. I don't care about what like bullshit rationale you come up with. It's fucking preposterous business, dude.
when that happens, you gather another side of people that are concerned online and essentially become more and more increasingly concerned. This can be people that are more intense, essentially, aka bad empanada, and can spread things like, oh, we need to call CPS, blah, blah, blah. And essentially, yeah, that's where you can get those sort of claims. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what the string of words means.
That's all I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Comparing Ethan to Ruby Frankie, I kind of feel like that just came from someone who did not watch my video all the way through and just watched Ethan's live stream.
No, I was flabbergasted that you would even make that comparison. That was insane. That is not coming from... I didn't even watch Ethan's live stream. I watched it myself. So...
That was not my intention.
Let me tell you one thing, though. The bosses in this game are so much better. They're actually a lot of fun.
I don't want to dig myself in a hole right here and
Okay.
speculate on Ethan's mental health or speculate on a ton of different fandoms. I've heard some...
Dude, stuff like this, honestly, it makes me like, oh man, like I love talking about this stuff. It's so fun. It's so like petty. It makes me wish I had a podcast so I could talk about it again. Is that toxic, dude? What the fuck?
One recently like compared Bad Empanada to like Beetlejuice, where you can't say his name too many times, where he like pops out and like terrorizes you. So I'm also trying not to say his name too much.
Is that like funny to you? I was so confused. It sounds like you're terrified of this person.
Yeah. Anyways. Please educate yourself and learn some basic empathy. Ethan isn't perfect, but this was outright evil and defamatory.
Did I get anything for this?
She got trolled by Bad Empanada using Ethan Klein's lawyer's name. That's how little research she did. These are the consequences of
I don't know how you would research that, but it's funny.
your actions. So sorry for all...
Again, like I don't like the problem here is she's like, oh, I was harassed by Ethan's people, but the whole fucking half-hour video was you just like responding to snark talking points, dude. Like you were just like responding. Excuse me, you were responding to like Hassan, the anti-Ethan audience. So it kind of falls flat.
This is a nice person, obviously. So sorry for all the hate you're receiving from these parasocial freaks. I know a lot about the law and various other lorings. Your HD video had so many inaccuracies, it makes me question past videos of yours I've watched, which bums me out. SMH, I'm subbing, sorry girl. Which again, I feel like
SMH.
Ethan kind of made it seem like every single research I did came from Snark.
Okay. I mean, so I just want to know, is there any level of yourself that puts like the blame onto you, or you just make it seem like Ethan psyoped everybody? What's funny though is that like in this whole thing, like she definitely snarked Ethan. If she had just not said anything about any of this and she just moved on, those people would have come back. Most people who are like, I don't want to watch you anymore, you suck. Most of those people are coming back after like a couple weeks. Most of those people are coming back. They just say that because they're in their feelings. So you could just say nothing, and then people will get over it, and they'll come back like in a couple weeks. But if you say something to them, that's when like it becomes like a problem, right? So like she could have literally just said nothing, and it wouldn't have been an issue. But instead, she felt the need to like respond.
Of the script, you can go through it yourself, see every source I had, and draw your own conclusion. If you think I need to get better at sourcing, I'll try and do so. It's very sad to see you fall victims to bias and spread blatant, proven in-court lies as if they're facts. Your video was disgusting. You lied and spread so much misinformation that I hope Ethan sues you for this. You apologized to Hassan and Bad and Panada, who both has caused so much harassment towards Ethan and Hila. You need to actually take down the video and apologize.
True.
Sorry, that's a duplicate photo. The fact this lady thinks having teddy bears on clothes is grooming or pedophile adjacent is quite the self-report. FBI needs to look into this lady. Ew, stop dressing like a child. It's weird. Congratulations, you just feed Palestine with this comment.
This is fucking crazy. Hey, thank you so much for the raid, Alex of Fiction. How's it going, brother? Did you finish your thing? This is crazy.
Brave. Defending JonTron and Trisha is crazy work. I used to be a huge fan and supporter of your videos, but
dude, like I'm gonna be fucking real with you. Like I don't really read hate comments. I try not to, because I do care. So if I read it, I'll get pissed off. So I just don't read it anymore. I just don't read it. You just don't read it, dude. I'm not even kidding. Just don't read it. I just don't even read it. You don't even have to read it. Like, but instead, she's been sitting here and she's been reading all of them. She's read all of them, guys. She's been reading every single comment. So that's probably really good for your mental health. Let's be fucking real. That's incredible.
But most recent take and making the insinuation that Teddy Fresh, based on no facts whatsoever, is concerning and made me unfortunately lose a lot of respect for you as a creator. Which, I mean, it's fair. I was a massive fan of yours for years, but your latest video is horribly anti-Semitic. You can be pro-Palestine without shitting on another race. You literally say so many times that you were out of your depth, and you don't usually cover politics, and you're a massive Hassan fan. Doesn't that tell that maybe you shouldn't have made a video you were ill-equipped to create that would inherently be biased? Honestly, HD fans have no life. As a fan, put your IG on private.
I like how she threw that one in there, just to make her feel better.
Big H3 fan here. I hope you take my constructive criticism and not a threat, because none of the comments I've seen so far look like a threat. Ethan and the crew have a right to respond to you in your videos. You do not get to make a video about someone, be completely basis, not source where you got your talking points, and expect them to not respond to you. Until these videos came out, what did Ethan and the crew do to you personally? But what did you do to Ethan and the crew? You do it upon yourself to create a very poorly researched video, dragging a real person, using claims that were not credibly sourced. And shame on you for that. These are real people who get real threats on a daily basis, threats that come from the people who you used to credit your video and who you apologized to in your second one. It genuinely makes me sick how comfortable people feel talking about others online in such a way that warrants.
Well, that's funny because like Ethan does it all the time. He talks about people online, but I understand what they're saying. So there's a qualifier there. So
them to defend themselves, and people like you then pay the victim. You are smarter than this. I have to assume you know better. You should also do better. I hope you take this time to sit with your thoughts and with open minds see where H3 fans are coming from. This is a man who loves his wife, his children, and who takes care of his people.
Loving your wife. Ew. I love my wife.
He may be someone you disagree with.
I love my wife.
Or not like his humor, but he is just that. Okay.
I guess did you just decide to stop reading it? Like what was that? Okay. Crazy.
I feel like some are not worth reading. It's just, yeah.
Why did you put them in there? You put them in there. I didn't put it together. You put this together. I feel like some of these are not worth reading. Okay. Why the fuck did you put it in there then? The hell are you doing? What the fuck? one Papa Gut comment section on a political post is that's true. It's much crueler than this, dude. I'll tell you that. The people will fucking tear me apart. They're gonna be pissed. I had a take, and I'm probably gonna make it a clip tomorrow because I really believe in this take, and I think that people need to see it. To be honest with you, I don't give a fuck. Is that like I was talking about the Cutie Cinderella situation, and I mentioned that like if they ban gay marriage, then I am going to talk to my mother, and I'm going to tell her that like if she ever votes in like this way again, that I'm not going to let her see my kids. And that's horrible. I don't say that. I don't even say that happily. It makes me like sad to say that. But like, you know, I have a gay, like her son-in-law, excuse me, her godson is gay. And that's one step closer to removing somebody's ability to get married is a fundamental right. And moving a step closer to that, or moving a step closer to taking away more rights is disgusting. And like, you know, I love my mother, but the only thing, you know, the biggest thing my mother taught me is that the only thing weaker than a weak person doing something weak is a strong person doing something weak. And I, you know, my mother's a very strong woman, and for her to just play like you know, passerby syndrome and just idle by while, you know, her own godson's rights are fucking stripped from, can't do that. Right. And I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say that with the hope that she goes, okay, and then she doesn't vote like a fucking asshole anymore. But I said that in a video, and I'm probably going to clip that. So I'm probably going to get like a bunch of people, especially on Instagram, shitting themselves. Where somebody was like, you do your kid a favor and like do what your father did and like leave your kid. Your wife should leave you and take the kids. You're a child abuser. I don't even have kids right now. I have a child abuser because I said that. All this other. That's worse than, and frankly, I don't give a shit. That person also said that I knew them. It was very weird. Like, they're very parasocial. I don't care. But like that's worse than any comment that you've gotten here. Somebody said, how does Hassan's balls taste? That's like stupid. So I don't know, dude. I just, who cares? It's an unhinged comment. Like, it is what it is.
For someone who claims to have a happy mind, you sure do say cruel things and make hateful accusations about other people. Perhaps your mind isn't as happy as you claim.
That one's so mean, dude. Holy moly. I feel like I feel like what happened was she started stacking these up and like collecting them and being like, oh my God, people are harassing me. And then she realized that they weren't really that bad. So she's just like, well, some of these are actually not that bad, you know?
I mean, fair. I can probably do a better job moving forward. Anti-Semitism is so disturbing. Again, if there's any resources on how I can be more balanced in that, please let me know.
I don't know. Probably just don't say that like Ethan was susceptible to like Israeli tactics or whatever really weird thing you said that was concerning.
That video was insane and completely defamatory towards multiple people. Better call Saul, buddy. So disappointing. Biggest fall from grace ever. Imagine saying sorry to Bad Empanada. Again, I feel like either my point got totally misconstrued because I was just trying to show how I was getting these weird emails and comments from multiple sides, Bad Empanada included.
But yet she harped on the apologies to like the Bad Empanada side. How interesting is that?
Yeah, I might have not been doing a good job at that. And again, about the lawyer aspect too. Yeah, I feel like it was the stress of the whole video and all of the reception I was getting from that. And then receiving that email, I sort of, did not realize on the lawyers and just read it out loud, which is very stupid of me, of course. Yeah, and so I apologize for that, for not knowing the lawyers as I was reading out loud the email. I just kind of wanted to air out this email I received and move forward and say, hey, I got this weird email from Bad Empanada. I'm getting weird things on all sides.
Well, no, it's very clear that you were terrified. And so that's why you were talking about what you were talking about. Like, that's obviously very clear. I think that anybody who knows what the fuck, like anybody with any like ability to perceive the reality of the world, you're very clearly like stressed out. And I think that she made that whole video because she thought she was going to get sued by Bad Empanada. So she felt like she had to be like, no, wait, actually, no. You know, that's what it came off to me as.
I feel like I said Bad Empanada's name too many times. Not the Beetlejuice effect.
Okay, relax. You're not funny, so.
Aren't you a mother? How would you feel?
Relax. You're not Papa Gut. You're not funny.
Called CPS on and your kids taken away. What a pathetic attempt to justify CPS and sent schools to.
Wait, is she really a mother? That would actually be really fucked up. I assumed that you were single or something, or that you didn't have a kid, because that's like really fucked up. You should understand. You should understand like how fucked up that is to have somebody call CPS on your kids, like fraudulently.
not justifying it. Never.
You did justify it. You like I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe people just aren't like I don't understand. There's maybe she's just like upset because she just gets caught out on it. But dude, we have to like realize that if you don't actively disavow something in a lot of instances, then that means that you are okay with that thing. Okay, that's what it boils down to. Like you need to actively disavow shit. What are you talking about? Like what are you saying? If somebody's like, yeah, that's how it works, right? So like, if somebody's sitting here talking about how like they're eating poop and you have no, and like all the CPS calls and blah blah, and you're just describing that information, and you're not giving an opinion. When you make an opinion piece video, then of course that's going to be you to some degree supporting it. That's how people are going to interpret that. Of course, there's some things like if somebody's like, oh yeah, that guy got beaten to death with a hammer, and you just sit there silently. It's probably concerning that you're not having an opinion. Like that's terrible, Maybe the guy was an asshole to you. I don't know, but that's how these things work.
Me, no. Continue to sympathize with how awful an experience that would be. Was trying to say, don't think it's right for me to speculate on. If I'm not 100% on your side, and I'm just saying, hey, I don't think it's right for me to speculate on this either way. Yeah. That's my stance. Yeah.
What? That's fine to say that about like Israel, Palestine, or whatever. Be like, listen, I don't really understand enough of it. That's fine, I guess. Like, whatever, because you don't understand it. But like, do you think it's a normal thing to somebody? Like, do you think it's reasonable to be like, oh yeah, that guy probably sent themselves human skulls? Like, that's what you're saying. That's a reasonable talking point that people brought up. That's fucking crazy. Nobody actually thinks that. I can't believe she has kids. Honestly, that's interesting. That's interesting. What do you think about that? I'm just going to do her thing. That's interesting.
And if that's not enough, like, I don't know what else to say. Like, that's like going to continue to be my stance on that. But
it's insane, dude. That's insane. You're insane. You think that this dude's house is dirty is just insane.
Still do not think calling CPS is okay to do on anyone. And I do not think, I don't think this should even be a take, but guess sending skulls is not okay. Sending skulls, no, don't do that shit ever.
Sending skulls. Yeah, but you said that before, like she did say that she doesn't think that, but like you're saying, you're giving credibility to both sides of this argument. There's not credibility to both sides of this skulls argument, just to be absolutely clear. So, I mean, it's ridiculous, dude.
Hot take. Your research was shit. Better up, lawyer up, girly. Worst video I've ever seen with every argument is a lie or misleading.
True.
This one's just a little freaky. I don't even want to read it out loud, but yeah, I got this DM.
So why did you put it on your screen?
A little freaky.
This is freaky?
I don't even want to read it out loud.
Duh. Are you a searchy searcher? Big researcher who searches and researches? God, what a researcher. You sure you aren't a god? A god researcher or a researcher god? You research so well. Oh my god, my goated researcher. That one's a little freaky to you. What are you talking about? What the fuck? That one's just like weird. It's just stupid. That one freaked out a little bit. That one make you a little upset there. Oh, you little freaky researcher. Like what? Why did that one upset you? I don't understand. That one's unhinged and just like it's just bizarre and stupid. What the fuck? This one's creepy. I'm creeped out right now.
Oh my god. I got this DM.
Oh my god.
I got this DM.
Oh my god. What is happening right now? Oh! Like, are we supposed to just be like, yeah, that's pretty creepy? Like, what is the interaction supposed to be like for us? Like, do we like, oh wow, that's super scares. I'm screwed.
I wasn't smiling at the actual DM. Sorry if that made it seem like that. I'm just like, I don't know what to say. Besides, I don't really want to read it, but
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's really realizing how preposterous she seems at this point. You silly little researcher. Okay.
Sorry, I think a lot of these are just
These are like every single one of the things comments you've gotten. Yeah, I mean, listen, if you want to DM me, like I could revitalize. I could get you back in the right image. I could get you back in the right image here. You just got to pay. Like, what do you guys think? How much do you think that we should have her pay? You know, I can get her out of this. I can get her out of this hole. I can get her out of this hole. I think I could do it. I think I could revitalize her career, guys. Caleb Hammer said that's what I should be selling, dude. So maybe I should.
Yeah, I think these are comments from my YouTube video.
Okay.
Someone should call CPS on her. That uncovered light socket is dangerous. Again, we just had the room painted.
Oh my god. But then they're showing you that, like, when you're justifying the CPS call, that's what they're doing. They're like, oh, someone should call it on you then, I guess. Like, that's what they're doing. So make a course? Yeah, I should, right?
Basically saying, and this was all after Ethan's live, basically saying a lawsuit's coming. Why is YouTube and Reddit allowing H3 to weaponize their fans to harass anyone Ethan considers as enemies?
Nobody's really harassing you. This is just like typical online shit. Like, you're being ridiculous right now. Whoa, what the fuck? You're being ridiculous. Nobody's harassing you. Need a map. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Will I die if I go in there? I feel like I will.
Trailer park, happy mind. Yeah.
What does that mean?
No, H3 doesn't harass. The H3 fan base doesn't do anything.
Okay. I mean, you're a content creator for 5 years. I don't really feel bad for you for people being mean to you in comments after you said some nasty shit about somebody, and you supported some like nasty rumors about Ethan and his fucking family. I don't feel bad for you. Sorry, but like, not everybody's gonna dude. Not everybody's gonna feel bad for you. So yeah, Ethan's family is. You're talking about comment. Like, get up and walk away. Go hang out with your husband. Like, I don't. You're acting like this is like any whatever. It doesn't even matter anymore, dude. This is fucking unhinged though. You're acting like you're a fucking victim, dude. You are part of the support structure. You thought you were gonna get an easy dunk and then you didn't. You got dunked on. That's what happened. So yeah, I mean, you're sitting here all upset, but sorry, this is just what happens when you like you play the games that you decided to play. Fuck. Where's the thing?
So, anyways, I made the statement that Ethan's close, hardcore following would, not just people that enjoy watching his content, remind me of the days that I would cover MLMs. Many others have drawn the conclusion that he has a cult surrounding him. There is a page that discusses the different points you need to have in order to be considered a cult that I do think is worth discussing here. But
oh my god, she's gonna double down on the take that she called Ethan's like fan base a cult. Holy fuck.
I want to make it really, really clear. First off, obviously, I'm not an expert in cults.
Then why that's... Hey guys, I'm about to call Ethan Klein's audience a cult. By the way, I'm not an expert in this, so like, don't even really listen to what I'm saying. Okay, great. That makes sense.
That is... that's why I say things like, I want you to draw your own conclusion. If I present an opinion or even something that I derive from facts, but I'm not an expert on, you should form your own opinion on the matter.
I don't understand like what you think this is. Like, what do you think this means? Like, I hate it. Like, you're going to say something. You are about to like basically draw a comparison and you're going to call Ethan's audience a cult. Okay, do it. Be an adult and do it. Don't say, okay, guys, I made this point about MLS, but I'm not an expert. And even if I have a good grounded opinion, it's just an opinion, and make your own opinion. And just have the take. Just say, I think Ethan Klein's audience are fucking a cult. You're being ridiculous. But just say it. Stop playing this coward game, like where you pretend like this doesn't give you plausible deniability. Nobody goes, oh, okay, well, this was just her opinion. Oh, okay. Well, this was just her opinion, guys. It's okay. Oh, it was just your opinion? Okay. This one's okay. This one's just an opinion, guys. This one's just an opinion, so it's okay. Like we're safe. We've survived it. It's just an opinion, dude. Don't even worry about it. Like that's not how this works.
Secondly, I absolutely do not in any way think Ethan and the H3 fan base fits all the criteria for a cult.
Then why are you doubling down on this argument? Why are you doubling down on this?
But I do think that some things do fit the bill. Like,
who cares? Listen, you want to know what? Like the audience is toxic, and you want to know what? This is the drama sphere. So honestly, Ethan's audience is one of the least toxic in the drama sphere. That's it. There you go. Oh, I think part of it's kind of toxic. I've never seen this behavior before. Yeah, of course you haven't. This isn't the sphere you typically operate with. Of course you haven't seen this before. That's yes, I know. So stop talking about this shit. Fuck, I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna cry.
Likely, not intentionally, which is worth addressing. There are a lot of social media platforms in general that I think fit the criteria for a cult, in my opinion. I think that
stop doing this in my opinion thing. Nobody's falling for it. It doesn't make you immune to criticism. Like you're trying to make it. That's when she says in my opinion, she wants to be immune to criticism. And what she'll do is if you criticize her, she'll be like, but it was just my opinion. It's just my opinion. Oh, what the fuck, dude? It's just my opinion.
the likelihood increases if an influencer believes that they're being persecuted, especially if they are on platforms that increase the ability to develop an echo chamber, like Discord, subreddits with an intense moderation, Kick, the list can go on. Or if an influencer develops a fan base name or a mantra, and especially a name for their enemies or people who leave.
Oh God, what's Ethan's mantra? What is it? With peace and love. Oh my fucking God, we're all fucking doomed, dude. With peace and love, we're all fucked, dude. We're fucked. This is it. We're over. It's over, dude. We're fucking done. With peace and love, it's over. We're fucked. Like, what are you doing right here? What are we doing here? Oh no, 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 no!
Leave their group, or people who don't think exactly the same as the influencer and their followers. So,
dude, like you're talking about a disagreement in opinion of the justification that Ethan is like bad to his kids, and that's why CPS was justified to call onto it. Like, this is not reasonable. You're not being reasonable right now.
Let's talk about the common stages in the life cycle of a cult.
Oh my God.
So
yeah, it's a pretty common stage to be upset that people called CPS on you. It's the common stage of a cult. That's what makes it a cult, guys. Because it doesn't want CPS to get called on them, you know?
Of course, there's... I can't zoom in. This will have to be enough, I guess. So, of course, there's, like, the big idea, a general premise.
Dude, no fuck away.
Love bombing, a new life.
Love bombing? Why? Because he says he likes his audience? What, do you know what love bombing is? Love bombing is much deeper than saying I love you. Love bombing is, like, a really, like, very deep psychological process here. But okay.
Yeah. Like, I love you, followers. You're amazing. Everything.
That's not love bombing. That's not love bombing. Saying you love people is not love bombing. You could say it's developing a parasocial relationship, but that's not love bombing. Love bombing is not, hey guys, I love you. What do you? No, love bombing is I'm just gonna read it. I'm going to read this. Love bombing is an emotional manipulation tactic that involves showering people with excessive affection, gifts, attention, and compliments in the early stages of a relationship. This behavior creates a sense of instant and overwhelming connection, but it is used to gain control over the other person and increase their dependency. Once the love bomber feels that they have secured the relationship, their behavior can shift radically to being controlling and abusive. Okay? That's not Ethan. That's not Ethan. Like, you're using psychological terms. Like, I hate this. I don't think that people understand this, but you guys need to understand something. Oh shit. You guys need to understand something. Every like behavior. What the fuck did I even die to? Whatever. I don't care. I wanted to do that. I don't care. Every behavior can basically, you can project pretty much anybody onto it. Like, everybody could have narcissistic behaviors. Everybody can engage in like certain tactics, right? There is a fundamental to everything. But like something like saying I love you or telling people you love them or showering them with gifts and affection isn't inherently like bad or abusive or a manipulation tactic. It's when it becomes exaggerated to the point of being like weaponized, right? Like, that's everything. Right? Like, there's people that are like, oh my God, I have trouble paying attention. I must have ADHD. No, you don't. You just have trouble paying attention. ADHD is when it's so bad, it needs to be diagnosed because you need to engage in like protocols, right? Like, that's how everything works. So just because Ethan says, I love you to his audience, and it says with peace and love, doesn't mean that he's love bombing people, right? Like, people who, I would say are not necessarily too smart, like, they don't understand this, and they want to like apply it to everything. That's how that works. They want to apply everything to it. They think that like they can just do that and it works out, like that works for their narrative. That's a problem. It's not applicable here. I'm sorry to say, but I'm not at the same time, because I'm not sorry to say it at all. It's not applicable here.
You do is awesome. A new life being like you have a secret language, so like certain phrases that you use.
A secret language isn't certain phrases that you use. That's inside jokes. She's okay.
In signs or symbols.
Wow. Like Ethan's thumbnails, signs and symbols. Oh my God. Oh my Lord.
You know.
I don't know.
Like that.
Stop saying that.
Growth.
You know.
So
what growth?
Expansion phase, like we can do it. We can hit 2 million. We've got this. You know, you're a part of our journey.
You think that everybody's in a cult? I don't. What are you saying? What words are you trying to say right now? Are you saying that everybody's in a cult? What?
Rites of passage, isolation.
What isolation? How does he isolate people? Can you explain that one to me? Oh fuck.
Cult becomes too large to control, and has to prevent influences from the outside world from weakening its powers over members. The leader's banned acts of individual free will. The cult isolates its members from the world beyond, depicting the outside as corrupt, evil, and violent. This increases bonding as members see themselves as threatened victims. Language control and growing paranoia.
I think that she's becoming a cult follower of Hassan. All these things seem to be like behavior she's engaging in, do they not?
Questioning the cult impossible, mantras and slogans, silent snouts and dissent. Internal repression grows. Hate bonding. The cult reaches its size limits and problems arise from failure in its plan for all, but the cult cannot admit errors. It starts to feed on hatred of the outside world. It evolves rituals of hatred, building a deeper unity of the persecuted. One stratum of society is usually the target of all hatred, and they might be given a coded name. Members are encouraged to share their hatred in ritualized forms. I will say, like, different names have been definitely introduced to me since covering this. Like even Ethan's fan base, the Foot Fungus, and then Slop Tubers, all of these different names are very new. And I think that maybe people who are involved in all of these fan bases should reflect on why that is and why they continually use these names.
Because they're talking about Slop Tubers. What they use, their nicknames. Do you know what a nickname is, or like how like incapable are you right now with this discussion? They're nicknames, or if they're referring to nicknames, like what, like Mr. Lips. They're just nicknames. Oh, dude, I'm gonna die again. This is actually so frustrating right now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh
my God, I'm the cult.
Afraid of the fallen fans, afraid of growing hate culture. Some members question the leaders, but they're thrown out or made to do penance. The contraction phase begins and leads to a clampdown on any freedoms within the cult. In the face of internal persecution.
Oh shit, yeah, when Ethan sent me merch, he was love bombing me. Holy fuck, how did I not see it? I got literally groomed by Ethan Klein. Oh fuck.
A senior member often leads and becomes a traitor. Gaslighting, peer pressure, and groupthink prevent others from leaving. A few are helped to leave the cult by family members or forced out by cult deprogrammers. But such acts...
You think that people need to get in contact with their family members to deprogram from this? Is that what you're telling me?
Only fuel the cult's conviction that it's under attack. Witch hunts. Internal trials within the cult weed out all potential traitors. Doubters are shamed into falsely accusing others. The remaining members are forced into committing acts of persecution, of personal supplication that might be... Okay, this is obviously not part of the H3 fan base, but, you know, the remaining members are forced into committing acts of personal supplication that might be sexual or involve body marking, self-mutilation, or pledge to transgressive acts. I mean, obviously that's not part of the fan base. I'm not trying...
Okay, but everything else is part of the fan base, you're saying?
to claim that in any way.
So just to be clear, she doesn't really understand what she just did there. What she did is, if Ethan Klein decided to actually sue you and they watch this video, what they're going to say is she explicitly said that Ethan's audience doesn't do this thing, which means that every time that she doesn't explicitly say something, that means that she does believe it. You realize that, like, you're putting yourself in that area, right? Like, do you understand what you've done to yourself here? Like, do you not understand how this works? Like, do you realize you're owning yourself in real time? You don't understand that or no?
Persecution and paranoia. As more people flee the cult, secrets are leaked to the outside world about the authoritarian rule of leaders. External law forces investigate the cult. The cult's paranoia grows. Increasingly paranoid, the cult weaponizes for a shadow down against the world and sees violence as the necessary purifying force that will save itself from its scheming enemies. Attack. Often, a respected member of the cult is accused, tortured, or even killed, and the secret scapegoating becomes the new form of group cohesion. final conflict, fearing destruction, the cult either attempts one final attack against the world or barricades itself up and enters into a state of siege. I mean, obviously, not all of that applies to the H3 fan base. Sorry, I got into like where I was just reading, and then I was like, oh, yeah, this is my first time live streaming and everything. But I do think that there's a certain amount of us versus them mentality, a certain amount of like family chanting, a certain amount of, you know, identity forming around the fan base.
What the fuck are you talking about?
And parasocialness that could kind of become toxic. That's all I'm trying to say.
No, you're not. You're saying you're trying to say a lot more, but you're trying to play like what you think is plausible deniability. I don't think that she doesn't really understand what she's doing. She better hope Ethan doesn't decide to sue her because she's fucked. This makes it so much worse too.
You are putting people into categories, you know, based on, oh, are you a slop tuber? Are you this person? You know.
Are you a slop tuber? Yes. This doesn't make it a cult behavior because you ask if someone's a fucking slop tuber. Am I fucked here, guys? Chat, am I fucked?
I don't think you're giving them a right to grow and change. And
what are you talking about? Slop tubers just talk about slop.
Personally speaking, I would like to grow and change. That being said, I don't want to be associated with being one fan or another. I don't want to be associated with like being part of one fandom or another. I want to be my own content creator. I want to be
well. Then why are you going so hard for Hassan then?
Free to critique whoever I want to critique. I want to be aware of when I myself am in an echo chamber. When I'm, you know, my ideology is linked to a particular fandom, a particular ideology, a particular echo chamber, yeah, and I'm okay with people calling me out on that. And, you know, I think that we as people, as social media algorithms...
We the people, baby. We the people.
...are getting more and more restrictive as we are aligning ourselves with more and more of like our favorite influencers. And those influencers are capitalizing off of that. I think that we should all kind of be aware of that. Because I don't know if...
You heard it here, guys. We're being groomed by Ethan Klein. We're being groomed by Ethan Klein, dude.
I don't know. Ethan himself... declines might pretend
Ethan declines. Oh my god.
To care about you as an individual, but do they? You know,
no. Like yes and no. He cares about you to the degree that he's supposed to care about you. You're an audience member of his, and he thinks that's rad. That's how it works for content creators. Okay, like what are you doing?
No, or is your identity just very closely linked to the online community that you're involved with?
What is happening here?
And that's something that, you know, I should be aware of myself too, in the ways in which I cover content, you know. So yeah, sorry if I don't know, any of this was a little bit too intense. Like I said, I'm just kind of
intense or boring. I don't which one? Holy fuck. Oh, I got one of them. Oh, I pooped. Okay, I took some damage, but that was on purpose. So, oh my lord.
I'm open to learning and growing. This was my like reflection on
okay,
you know, everything that transpired on the live stream and everything. And you know, I'm gonna try and do better with
I truthfully don't know. Okay, stop saying that.
What I, you know, can moving forward, and taking the criticism that
this pretty much this entire thing was just like, hey, I'm doubling down, but I can handle criticism. I don't think that you can.
I think is valid. You know, I don't want to just be one of those content creators that's like, oh, this is all hate, because I don't think all
you do think it's all hate. What are you talking about?
all of those people were bots. I don't think all of
what happened there, guys?
You know, the criticism was invalid. I'm gonna try and take it in and grow.
Wow, that's so beautiful. I love that for you.
And yeah, thank you. I think that's all.
Okay.
As far as like the censoring in parts of my video, a lot of times I'll censor if I think that something is disrespectful. I disagree with iDubbbz's video, so I censored it.
What the hell are you talking about? You disagree with iDubbbz's video, so you censored it? What does that even mean? Dude, come on. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
And I really do want to try not to be anti-Semitic. I disagree with anti-Semitism. I disagree with, you know, Islamophobia. And yeah.
Great. Love the fucking, love the save point, dude.
At the same time, you know, I don't think that there is a way to please everyone. I want to educate myself as much as I can,
Wow.
but I think in general, I'm just gonna keep making content and learn and grow as far as like resourcing, doing the best I can with resources, yeah.
You know what's so I think it's just so funny that there was more backlash from the anti-Ethan, like the Ethan detractors, than there was from like actual Ethan Klein on that first video. Like, let's be clear, because her fucking ramble video was literally all about her ramble video was literally just like the biggest apology that she possibly could come up with towards like snarkers, anti-H3 people. That's what the whole thing was, because that was the whole video was full of. It's just funny to me.
As far as the cleaning up the stream, obviously like we don't have moderators. This is my first time live streaming, and I didn't really read a lot, but but I did want to give everyone a chance to speak. I'm not gonna like,
what is down here?
You know, censor people unless it's like really, really bad. But yeah. Anyways.
Oh, okay.
I'll talk to you guys later. I'm gonna go back to making content, but this is everything that I learned moving forward as far as research goes, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know how to end a stream, so I'm gonna have to learn on that. I think I just hit stop streaming, right? Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is my husband Riley. He is not in the military anymore. He is a veteran.
Right.
So
does he get the maximum disability benefit? Is that why you're able to run this YouTube channel at the same time and make really bad videos? Or
oh, yeah. I am anti-vax also. I mean, sorry, no. Oh my God. I'm pro-vax. What the fuck? I don't know why I said that.
I don't know why you said it anyway. Like, why do we give a fuck if you're anti or pro-vax? I don't care.
I can't believe that.
Obviously, if you're anti-vax, you're dumb. But like, I don't like. What does it have to do with this video?
Yeah.
We get our vaccines. Jesus.
We get our vaccines.
Wow.
My child gets his vaccines. Yeah, that's
crazy.
I'm sorry. I can't, what I was trying to say is I'm very, very sad that Ethan claimed I was anti-vax.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a very big live stream fail. But yeah, no, I'm very pro-vaccine. I get
Cool. Very pro. I'm like a normal pro-vaccine.
all of my vaccines. My child gets all of his vaccines.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah. But anyways, Riley.
Oh, we saw her 8 passengers video and her video on influencers being predators. I wonder if she had this information too. Yeah, that's a good point.
I know I'm gonna get clipped so hard. I know I need to just turn it off. But anyways, so Riley's out of the military. It's late at night, and I'm. But yeah, Riley's out of the military now.
I'm excited for that. Thank you so much. I'm excited for you.
Anyways, I need to end the stream. But anyways, he left the military. A lot of and.
It's like 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago. And yeah, maybe I'll talk about that more later.
I won't see
But
it.
yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'll show my vaccine certificate. I'll do that.
Okay, great.
Oh, what happened?
Just kitty stepped on a wire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, stop right there.
Okay, well, bye.
Bye. Wow, that was a great video. Good job. Love that for you. That was fantastic. Incredible.